They're well coached. Tyler Downing does a good job with them. They've got a lot of good athletes, and they're here at home, and they've got a big rivalry with the GoHawks. Yeah, the Waverly Charles City rivalry is immense, and so I think that's going to come into play. It's a toss-up game. The GoHawks only won by 1 the last time these two teams played, so the GoHawks need 2 tonight, and it will not be easy, but it's going to be a lot of fun here this evening. So join me as we get you ready for this doubleheader with a conversation with Coach B.J. Hermson. Next, we're going to take a look at the ranked seed field report, and we're going to meet the starters for both squads. It's the Comets hosting your GoHawks in a doubleheader right here on the K-Way Sports Network.
Rolling Forward in Shell Rock is proud to support the GoHawks. Hi, this is Greg Stockdale. Visit our championship team at Rolling Forward. Like the GoHawks, the staff at Rolling Forward is dedicated, skilled, and will go above and beyond for you. Whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle or servicing your vehicle, trust the championship team at Rolling Forward. Good luck, GoHawks, from all of us at Rolling Forward in Shell Rock.
We get you rolling,
Nothing can be as important as keeping your home properly heated this winter. And if your LP gas fan is Dillaboo oil, you're assured that running out of LP will never be a problem. Dillaboo oil is there when you need them 24 hours a day for all your LP and fuel oil needs. Call the professionals at Dillaboo Oil at 319-352-3437 or stop in and visit with them at 600 West Bremer Avenue, Waverly. For home heating fuels, it's Dillaboo Oil in Waverly.
Mom, I don't feel good. My throat hurts.
I think I caught the bug going around the office.
Hi, honey, Jess rolled her ankle at her game. I think we need to go to the walk-in clinic to get it checked out. I'll meet you there.
When you need care today, the walk-in clinic at Waverly Health Center is here for you. Get exceptional local care with on-site labs and x-ray from skilled and friendly healthcare providers without waiting for an appointment. Our experienced nurse practitioners and physician assistants are ready to help with those unforeseen sprains, strains, and sniffles. Located on 9th Street Southwest in Waverly, Iowa, the walk-in clinic is open when you need it, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointments are needed. You can even check in online at waverlyhealthcenter.org/check-in. Convenient, comprehensive, and the care you need close to home. The walk-in clinic at Waverly Health Center. Big city care, small town comfort.
Dale Service Auto Repair and Towing in Waverly is who to call for your full range of automotive services to keep your car running smoothly. Dale Service offers quick oil changes, full mechanic services, including custom exhaust, tune-ups, brakes, alignments, suspension service, air conditioning service, and more. Stop by today for a free estimate. Dale Service also has 24-hour towing and 24/7 roadside assistance. Call 230-3081 in case of emergency. For exceptional auto repair in Waverly, give Dale Service Auto Repair and Towing a call today.
Welcome back to the pregame show as Waverly Shell Rock is taking on Charles City in a conference doubleheader, the penultimate doubleheader in conference play. Talking with Coach B.J. Hermson. And, well, Coach, you guys swept the Cora and took first place. But it's all for naught if you can't win tonight. Charles City seems like the biggest challenge you have left in the conference schedule, don't they?
For sure. And, you know, we had a good chat with the guys yesterday about, you know, we took a really big step Tuesday night, and we had to be prepared tonight and not let it go to waste, basically. And so I think our guys are going to be ready to play right away, and we got to get off to a good start here tonight.
Absolutely. And speaking of a good start, you got Graven on the mound. He's been very good, especially in conference play.
Yeah, Carson's came back here these last few outings, getting his pitch count up, which has been nice. And so, you know, he's been throwing a lot of strikes, getting head of counts, and, you know, that's kind of the name of the game.
Charles City reminds me a little bit of Waukon, although I think they're probably more skilled than Waukon. But they're a team that, you know, doesn't have the greatest record, but they've got a puncher's chance to beat you. Only beat them by 1 the last time you played them.
Yeah, I think they've been swinging it pretty well here lately, which a few teams have. Waukon was the same way. I thought a few of their kids have gotten better as the season's gone on. And it's the same way here too, where kids are making some adjustments and things are working out for them. And like I said, we got to be ready to go from pitch one tonight.
And you play them here on the road, beautiful complex here, but, you got to be road warriors.
Yeah, and I was just joking with Tyler there that, it's definitely a little bit nicer in Sportsman's Park where they used to play, and you don't have to worry about rainouts as much and all that. But, it's a really nice facility. I'm looking forward to playing on it.
It's time with Coach B.J. Hermson. You talked about, Sportsman's Park. I think I've called more Charles City home games in Waverly than in Charles City until this place was played. But, it's not going to be a crowd that's going to be bad by any means, but this is a rivalry game. People are going to be up for this.
Yeah, and, that kind of carries over from basketball, too, being a part of the basketball coaching staff as well. It's just one of those things that anytime you play Charles City, close proximity, usually competitive games, and so it's going to be a lot of fun tonight.
You got Hofert in center field. What's the status on Ethan Hennings? Because I know he had that bruise on the wrist, and he's kind of a wait and see.
Yeah, it's almost a week-to-week thing right now, where we're going to kind of reevaluate next week and see where he's at. But for the time being, give us an opportunity to have him courtesy run, which anytime he's on the base pass, we feel good about. So, as of right now, can't really do much throwing, but if he can be on the base pass, we feel good about that.
What's the key to beating the Comets specifically?
Throwing strikes, getting ahead when we're on the field. Offensively, I think, what we did the other night at Decorah, we need that to carry over, and, having good swings on the baseball and having good quality at bats and see where things go, because at the end of the day, we're going to have a few here and there that fall in, but if we're taking good swings, we feel good about that.
You have to have a sweep. Does that put pressure on you in game one, or how do you take it game by game when you need to win 4 in a row to control your own destiny in the conference?
Yeah, and that was part of that conversation yesterday where it's, we got to get game one first, because if you don't win game one, there's nothing you can really do about game two before that. So, again, being ready, pitch one here tonight, and kind of going from there and seeing what happens from there.
All right, well, Coach, thanks for your time. We'll talk to you after the game.
Sounds good. Thanks, Mount.
Okay, that's Coach B.J. Hermson, Waverly Shellrock at Charles City for a doubleheader. It's a big one again right here on the K-Way Sports Network.
Hi, this is Tamala Johnson, principal at St. Paul's Lutheran School in Waverly. I invite you to discover what academic, emotional, and spiritual growth opportunities St. Paul's can provide your children. If you're interested in school choice and giving your child a well-rounded educational opportunity in a Christian setting, please visit our website or call and ask about our educational and scholarship programs. St. Paul's Lutheran School in Waverly is an accredited institution where Christian faith and learning go hand in hand.
Attention do-it-yourselfers. Whether your to-do plans call for a quick fix-up or for a major project, stop first at Janesville Lumber. Janesville Lumber is everything you need, like tools, paint, and all the supplies to get you started. Best of all, their experts can help answer all your questions to make sure you have the right items. So before you roll up your sleeves and get to work, stop first at Janesville Lumber. Proud to support Janesville High School and community events, Janesville Lumber.
Welcome back to the pregame show live from Charles City. Matt Ray with you as Waverly Shellrock and Charles City prepare for a doubleheader. It's time now for the Right Seed Field Report. You'll always have perfect field conditions when you plant Merchman and Whipple's hybrids from Right Seed Company in Waverly. The field is a nice new field here. If you've not been to a Charles City game in a couple of years, it's not at Sportsman's Park anymore. It's up here by the high school. It's 305 down the line and left with a tall fence, probably about 15-foot high fence. They call it the Orange Monster, ironically. It's not orange, it's black. And it's just down the line and left. And then very short, even before I'd even call it left center, it goes down to a normal heighted fence with orange topper. It's 340 to straightaway center, and then 310 down the lines in right. Beyond the field, I think the batter's eye is a little weird here. You got those wind turbines spinning in the distance, so you've got things moving. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, up to 17 wind turbines are in your eye. You see that moving, so I think that's a little different. The mound looks really high here as well, but the field is in really good shape. It's 90 degrees right now and sunny The wind is blowing in at 15 miles per hour. The humidity is pretty low, just 32%. The dew point is 56. So it's comfortable humidity-wise, but it is a hot one here today. That's the Right Seed Field Report. You always have perfect field conditions when you plant Merchman and Whiffles hybrids from Right Seed Company. And now it's time to meet the starters for both teams. Let's begin with the home team. The Charles City Comets are coached by Tyler Downing, assisted by Eric Johannigmeyer and Cole Reams. They start this group. Leading off and playing left is Colton Crooks. Lincoln Jocelyn is on the mound. Jackson Daniels at first. Batting cleanup is third baseman Caden Blunt. The 5-hitter is Malachi O'Brien. He's a designated hitter who'll hit for right fielder Caden Boozman. Reed Peters is over at second. Zach Chambers in center field. Landon Lift behind the dish. And Brennan Schmidt, the shortstop, batting ninth. Charles City's in their white uniforms with white pants, black hats with an orange bill and an orange CC on it. They've got Comets written in white across their chest and then orange numbers with black trim, and it says CC on their backs up above where like the name normally would go on a jersey that has a name on it. Now for your Go Hawks, they're coached by B.J. Hermson, assisted by Malcolm Newell, Ryan Willis, and Nate Hying, and they send out this group of young men. Leading off and pitching in game one is Carson Graven, followed by Dylan Stockdale on left, Chance Key in right, cleanup man Corbin Dewey at first, Nolan Foster's the designated hitter, hitting for shortstop Lance Myers. Sam Rose is batting sixth and playing second. Abram Brage behind the dish. Jacob Lord is at third and batting ninth and playing center is Aiden Hopert. The Go Hawks are in their gold uniforms with black sleeves, black lettering and numbering, with their names on their backs, gray pants with a black stripe down the side, black socks showing for some, the gold hats with a black bill, and then that Go Hawk batting logo on the front. The umpires, I'm surprised, are wearing black in game one with the gray slacks and black caps. And the wind is blowing in. It is sunny out. We're just a little bit away from the national anthem. Of course, we'll take a listen to that live here at the field. But it's a big one, guys. This is a really big one. If the Go Hawks sweep this, they feel like they're going to win a conference championship. They feel real good. But if they don't, they're going to need some help. They're going to need some help to win it outright. So Charles City would love nothing more than to spoil it for the Go Hawks. I mean, it's a rivalry here. They want to stop the Go Hawks from being able to celebrate at the end of the conference season. And let's take a listen now to our PA announcer as we start the national anthem here in just a moment.
The playing of our national anthem.
When we come back, we'll play ball. It's Waverly Shark and Charles City. A doubleheader begins right after this on the K-Way Sports Network.
You're listening to the K-Way Sports Network, K-Way Country, AM 1470, and the new FM 96.3.
Attention do-it-yourselfers. Whether your to-do plans call for a quick fix-up or for a major project, stop first at Janesville Lumber. Janesville Lumber is everything you need, like tools, paint, and all the supplies to get you started. Best of all, their experts can help answer all your questions to make sure you have the right items. So before you roll up your sleeves and get to work, stop first at Janesville Lumber. Proud to support Janesville High School and community events. Janesville Lumber.
Welcome back to Charles City as our doubleheader begins here with Game 1 as the Charles City Comets have taken the field. Here's what they look like defensively. From left to right in the outfield, it's Colton Crooks in left, Zach Chamber in center, and then Caden Boozman in right. Around the horn, Caden Blunt at third, Brennan Schmidt at short, Reed Peters is at second, Jackson Daniels is the first baseman. The battery has Landon Luft behind the dish, and the pitcher is left-hander Lincoln Joslin. He's a junior with a 2-1 record. He's thrown 17 innings. His opponents bat .307 against him. His ERA is 4.53. He struck out 19, walked 8, and hit 1 on the season so far for the Charles City Comets. And Waverly Shellrock, of course, they'll be looking to hit the ball. They've come back to earth a little bit. They were hitting over 300 as a team. Now they're 299, so barely under 300. Charles City, they swing the sticks well. They bat 312 as a team. The leading off for the Go-Hawks is Carson Graven, who bats 405 on the season, and he will step up to the right-hand batter's box to begin this evening's festivities. Carson Graven, also the pitcher in the game, so a pitcher versus pitcher matchup right away. Graven batting .405. He does have a home run on the season. It's just .305 down the line and left, .340 in center, .310 to right, but the wind is blowing in. This park is small, 35 feet shorter in left, 30 feet shorter in right, and 40 feet closer in center. First pitch is hit on the ground, second base side. Fielded well by Peters. Goes to first. Oh, it's a bad throw and an error, and Carson Graven is on at first. He stays at first. First pitch came at 5:03, by the way, and the Go-Hawks have a man aboard as Peters got to that and just had trouble picking it up out of his glove, and his throw to Daniels was bad. And that brings up Dylan Stockdale, who bats a team best .408 on the season. He's only struck out 5 times all year. That's remarkable. He puts it in play. His reached on air is the same as his strikeout. So he's reached on an air as many times as he has struck out. Also walked 12 and hit 7 times. He just finds a way to get on. He's got 526 on base percentage. Graven at first. Watches the ball get flown into right field, and this would be caught by Boozman. So the very first 2 pitches put into play, and that's the first out. That brings up Chance Key. Key batting .387 on the year with 1 home run, 2 triples.
Right fielder, number 25, Chance Key.
I'm kind of surprised. Oh, no, Ethan Hennings. I didn't see it. Ethan Hennings is running at first, by the way. I didn't see him bring him in. I was looking down at my book. He's so fast to get to first before I noticed. Ethan Hennings is the courtesy runner. He's got that injury, so he can't bat, but he is a very good base runner. He is so fast. With the lefties on the mound, and that will keep him close. They're going to throw over to first. He gets back standing. Boy, you got to dive, Ethan. I know you got that wrist, but that's scary when you walk back like that. 1 out. Runner at first base. Chance Key up to bat. Chance Key a few years ago, or last year actually, pitch is way high. Had one of the best games I've seen. Hit a couple of homers here, including one over the center field fence. Game brought to you by Rolling Ford, Cedar Valley E&T Clinics, Waverly Health Center, Dillavu Oil Company, Waverly Tire Company, and St. Paul's Lutheran Church and School. Not a cloud in the sky. Chance Key looking for something to rip. That's not it. It's in the dirt, blocked well by Luft. And it's now 2-0 to Chance Key. Luft did a good job of blocking that, because if that gets a little bit behind his orange spikes, and then Hennings is standing at second, no doubt. But he blocked it, kept it in front of himself. Hennings with a mediocre lead, nothing huge. Now he lengthens it, dances back to first. The pitch comes in. The left-hander's got Hennings confused. The throw, the snapback throw to first base from the catcher goes into the outfield grass, and Hennings takes second. Hennings was not getting good jumps. They're still worried about him. And he gets second with a bad throw from catcher to first base. So the Go-Hawks have a man in scoring position. A 3-0 count to Chance Key with only 1 out in the first inning, the top of the first inning of game number 1. A lot of chatter. Here's the pitch. Strike 1 call. This Key was not going to swing at that one. Corbin Dewey on deck, just took the donut off his bat. Standing on that circle of artificial turf that they use for the batter's circle. They've got dirt back behind home plate. There's just a little bit of grass. It's not a long ways to the backstop where I'm sitting. I'm sitting right behind the backstop behind home plate. Got a good look at balls and strikes tonight. There's a strike to Chance Key called. But yeah, just a little swath. You might need to run your push mower 3 times back and forth to mow that horizontally. And then there's a wide dirt warning track area that goes all the way out to the outfield and around here. The count is full to Chance Key. Key waggling the bat, waiting. Timeout called by Chance Key. That was a really long set. He called timeout, and it was granted by the home plate umpire. The pitch did come in, but the umpire had already called time. Good job on Chance Key calling time there. As a batter, you don't want to just stand there and wait and wait and wait. It messes up your rhythm. Runner at second base is Ethan Hennings. He's being held on by the second baseman, Peters, so there's a lot of room on the ground on the right side of the infield. Next pitch, high. Popped up. That's going to get out of play. Toward the school. Looked straight up in the sun. I lost it as it went up. Hard to see with that sun hanging high. Count remains full. No score yet. We're in the top of the first. Coach B.J. Hermson standing in the third base coach's box, hoping Ethan Hennings will run to him or right by him soon. Jocelyn sets. Throws, high pitch, swing and a miss. Chance Key protecting the plate, went after a high one and missed. That brings up Corbin Dewey. He's batting .397 on the year with a team best 26 RBIs. Got a home run. He's walked 18 times and has a team most 12 doubles. That's pretty awesome. Of his 27 hits, 12 of them are doubles. 13 of them are extra base hits. So, but half the time he hits, he's going more than one bag. He's got 42 total bases. Chance Key, by the way, has 44 total bases. Pitch high to Dewey. 1-0. 2 outs in the frame. With the runner at second base, Go Hawks want to get one across the board here early. Catcher sets up outside to Dewey. The curveball backdoor blasted into left field. This one's going way back, and it's going to be dropped! Dropped by the left fielder, Crooks. And the Go Hawks get a run across. 2 errors caused that. Corbin Dewey at second base on an E7. So Ethan Hennings scores. Go Hawks lead 1-0. It was a good swing. Crooks did a good job of getting to the ball, but it just popped right off the heel of his mitt. And, you know, Graven reached on an error, and then Hennings ran for him, got to second on a bad throw, and then a dropped ball in left field scores it. So Jocelyn's ERA is good. The problem is his team is losing as Nolan Foster comes up to bat. Nolan Foster batting .234. He does have a home run on the season. Pitch inside, ball 1. Boy, that ball that was hit right there by Dewey sounded like it was going to go out off the bat, and the wind maybe kept that one in, and Crooks just couldn't make the catch. He went a long way. Good athletic play. He just didn't catch it. And that happens sometimes. Go Hawks were grateful for it. 2 outs in the inning. Runner at second. Pitch to Foster, swung on and missed. An inside fastball. Cut in on him. Big flag in right center field, right next to the scoreboard out there. Down below the hill is the softball field and the football field, I should say, track down there. This is a beautiful park. I like it. Waiting for the 1-1. Good one to swing at, but he foul tips it back into the catcher's mask. Ball roll all the way to the backstop where the on-deck hitter, Abram Rage, with shin guards on, will go run after the baseball. 1-2 the count with 2 outs. Runner at second. Go Hawks already lead 1-0 here in the top of inning number 1. Matt Ray here with you on K-Way Country, AM 1470, FM 96.3, KWayRadio.com, free mobile app, the TuneIn app. No matter how you're listening, I do appreciate you joining me. Catcher sets up outside and high. The pitch is high. Foster watched it. 2-2. Landon left, one of those catchers that's going to move around a lot. Not just going to stay there and reach to the ball. He'll shift down, he'll get up off his haunches. Very active. He looks into the dugout. Tyler Downing, the head coach, gives the signs to him. Sets up outside as the catcher. Swing and a miss on a backdoor curveball, and the inning top half is over. The Go Hawks push a run across with help from errors. We go to the bottom of the first after this. Go Hawks will take the field on the K-Way Sports Network.
We are family.
Hey kids, can we give the singing a little break? It's a long way till we get to the hotel, and since we got our new quiet and comfortable riding tires from Waverly Tire Company, you don't need to sing so loud. And since Waverly Tire Company took the time to find out exactly how we use the car, we got a great set of tires that should last longer, and I even saved a little money so we can stay an extra day on vacation.
Yay!
I've got a feeling we're going to spend a little more time in the car this summer, so let's find something else to do instead of singing.
Are we there yet? Yeah, are we there yet?
Hold on, how does that go again?
We are family.
Visit Waverly Tire Company across from Dollar Tree on 4th Street South today to make sure you save money and get the best tires to keep your family safe this summer. Because at Waverly Tire Company,
We are family.
1-0 Waverly Sharrock leads as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Go Hawks defensive setup. From left to right in the outfield, it's Dylan Stockdale in left, Aiden Holbert in center, Chance Key in right. Around the horn, Jacob Lord at third, Lance Myers at short, Sam Rose at second. Corbin Dewey's the first baseman. The battery has Abram Rage behind the dish on this hot day. And the pitcher is taking off his wristband with the calls on it, had to unbuckle his belt. His right-hander, Carson Graven, is a senior with a 2-0 record. He's thrown 16 in the third innings. Opponents bat .212 against him. His ERA is the best on the team, 1.29. He struck out 27, walked 6, hit 2, only allowed 3 earned runs on the season, only 4 runs total. He's been very good. I think the Go Hawks should be highly confident with senior Carson Graven out on the mound as the right-hander continues to warm up. Wind blowing in straight from right center field to the wind turbines in the distance, all spinning. Some days you look and they're not really moving. Well, those are generating some power right now. Waiting for Charles City's first batter to come up. That will be Crooks, the young man that dropped the ball in left field that allowed the run to score. He bats .397. He's a senior. I've been in that position as a player. For me, I remember one time in particular, lost the ball in the sun while making a long run to it. I actually hit off my head. I'm not picking this up. It hit off my head. I think it glanced off my glove, went off my head, and for a moment I thought I was going to grab it barehanded out of the air. It didn't. It's embarrassing, but sometimes you just lose it, or sometimes it just pops out of your glove. Curveball, first pitch, strike one. And the Go Hawks have had guys drop balls, too. I mean, it's bound to happen at some time if you get enough out there, but the best outfielders say, hit it to me again. I want to get the ball. In redemption, we've got the mentality, there's a ball fouled away, making it 0-2. But if you've got the mentality, oh gosh, please don't hit it to me, you just can't be a good fielder. And I know that the best want a redemption shot right away. I miss chasing down fly balls, I'll tell you that. Here's the 0-2. Pitch high, 1-2. Crooks did not chase as Carson Graven threw him some bait up there. He wouldn't fish after it. Graven still way up ahead. The wind, the kick, the delivery. Strike 3 called. A curveball top of the zone. Beautifully done. 1 up, 1 down, and pitcher versus pitcher here is Lincoln Jocelyn, the junior, batting .260. Comes up to bat. He's a left-hander.
Pitcher number 24, Lincoln Joslin.
Joslin has those orange batting gloves with a black cap on, the all-white jersey. 1 out, nobody aboard. He shows bunt, pulls it back, ball 1. Our game brought to you by Janesville Lumber Company, Butler Premier Communications, New Hampton Red Power, First Bank of Waverly, Plainfield, Cedar Falls, First Maxfield Mutual Insurance, People's Insurance, Fidelity Bank and Trust, and the Scoop Feed and Supply. As Graven steps off the back of the rubber, now steps back on. He's behind in the count 1-0, but he's a strike thrower. He doesn't often stay behind. And he goes up further behind as there's a fastball that runs away from the left-hander. That's the thing I like about Graven's approach most, is he's confident, he's quick-paced, and he wants to throw strikes. Not that other guys don't want to throw strikes. They pitch outside 3-0, but he doesn't often mess around with guys. I mean, he's doing that right now, but he's just missing the zone. He usually is one of those guys that you can tell just feels his stuff is better than your swing. Can't always be true, but you have to feel that way. The 3-0 right down Bremer Avenue, called strike one. Joslin, the pitcher, batting against Carson Graven. Now, Graven reached on an error the very first pitch of the game against Joslin. The 3-1 swung on and missed. A fastball beat him. Full count now with one out and nobody on in the bottom of the first. Go Hawks lead 1-0. Joslin with a slightly closed stance. Steps out of the box, takes a practice swing, steps back into the box, fiddling with his jersey top. And here's the payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. Charles City has their first base runner. That brings up Jackson Daniels, the senior, who's their best batter overall. He's got a .422 batting average, leads the team with 20 RBIs, tied for the team lead with 3 home runs, has the lead on the team with 6 doubles and 2 triples. So leads in everything but batting average in the major categories. His on-base percentage is .719. Dang. The slugging percentage is .719, excuse me. His on-base percentage is .479. Boy, I looked at that wrong. My mistake. You're thinking, oh my goodness. But he got a bajillion walks. His slugging is .719, I should say. He's batting .422 with a .479 on-base percentage. He's a lefty, and he swings and fouls one off. Ball's behind 0-1. The double play is in order for the Go Hawks. And Lance Myers playing shortstop because Carson Graven is pitching. Sam Rose over at second. Those are the guys that would usually be involved in a roll of 2. Umpire getting a bevy of foul balls given to him now. 0-1 the count. Dewey holding the runner on at first. Has his sunglasses on. Probably not needed as much since he's not staring into the sunlight. Ball popped up. Out of play, left side of the infield, or out of the infield, over the dugout. 0-2, so Graven's way ahead. I think you throw a high fastball here, don't you? So just in case the runner takes off, popping out of his haunches is Abram Rage, ready to throw the runner out. To check the runner at first, he's back. But I think you throw a high fastball. That way your catcher's got a better chance if the Comet decides to streak down to second. Graven sets, waits, throws, runner takes off, foul ball. Runner actually didn't take off, he just took a long secondary lead. Ball fouled off the backstop right in front of me. Bounces off to where the pole is, goes all the way to the umpire, who checks it for any imperfections and then puts it into his pouch on his hip. Count still 0-2. Graven still way ahead in the count. Small lead at first. Curveball did not find the outside corner. Just barely didn't, though. That's a great pitch by Chance. But yeah, Corbin. Well, I'm going to get it right. One of these. Carson Graven. No, not Chance, not Corbin. They're both out there. They're just not pitching. Corbin Dewey is out there holding the runner on at first in a small lead at first. Graven leans in to get the sign from Rage. Throws outside. Counts now 2-2. Rage had to pounce out to his left to get to that baseball. Downing, the coach on the third base side, giving signs to his runner at first. So strikeout to begin the inning, and then a walk followed it. Graven doesn't walk many guys. Throws one inside, gets away from Rage off his right shin guard. The runner takes off to second, and the count runs full. The Hawks in trouble of offering first base to back-to-back hitters. Jackson Daniels, again, a tough kid. Carson Graven leaning in for the sign again. The payoff pitch upcoming. It's a big pitch. Got him looking. Ring him up, sir. The second strikeout, both facing the wrong way for Charles City. Caden Blunt up to bat. He bats a team best .426. He's also got 3 home runs on the year. It's not deep here. It's 305 to left with a high fence, 310 down the line to right, 340 to center. So not a deep field at all, but 3 home runs is 3 home runs. You got to be a good batter to hit that. Fastball stings the outside corner, strike 1. Good pitch by Graven. You can probably hear the snap of the glove over your radio. Runner at second base. Go Hawks. They were able to score the guy from second. He could throw one run as the ball fouled back off the backstop. 0-2. And Waverly Shark, meanwhile, they're trying to strand Jocelyn's courtesy runner at second. Ravens way ahead, 0-2. Now, last time he did that to Daniels, he ended up getting it full before he threw the strikeout pitch. Rage asking for it high. Oh, he set up high and then went down low, and they threw it outside. 1-2. I wonder if he sets up kind of a little high and then does that to throw off the runner at second, whether the runner at second is giving any indication to the batter. If you get a good look at that, you can look right into the sides and give the runner at second. I think that's what they're doing, but they could very easily. Wind blowing in from center, right center. Dust into my eyes as I sit here. A windy day, pitcher's day. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 stranded, 3 struck out, none scored. 1-0. Go Hawks with the lead as we go to the second inning. You're listening to Go Hawk Baseball on the K-Way Sports Network.
Imagine a world with slow internet, where your Netflix locks up, your podcasts won't play, and stop. That sounds unbearable. Luckily, you've got Butler Bremer Communications. In fact, we were just designated a smart rural community. This means we're a top-performing broadband provider, and with direct fiber connections and up to 200 meg download and upload speeds, you've got everything you need to work, play, and stream as much as you want online. Learn more at butler-bremer.com today.
Planting season is upon us, and Red Power in New Hampton is ready to provide your farm and family the service you deserve. Red Power is a family-owned Case IH dealer spanning across northern Iowa with 45 years of service. Red Power in New Hampton is ready to provide you with the best in advanced farming systems equipped in their new machinery for precision farming to allow you to control the entire farming cycle. Go to redpowerteam.com today to see how Red Power in New Hampton can get you in the fields with success.
Bill Hawks 1, Comets nothing, as Waverly Shellrock will send Sam Rose, the junior, to the batter's box to begin the top of the second. He's the 6th hitter in the Go Hawk lineup. Rose batting .269 on the year. He's a righty. And that big fence in left is called the Orange Monster. Never not made me chuckle that it is not orange, it's black there. That's Tyler Downing. If they're ever going to make that orange, he said, hey, when you donate money, you get your name on the fence, like one of their banks does. You get to make whatever color you want. So it's the black-orange monster. Fastball top of the zone called strike to Rose. But it is neat to have a feature in your ballpark. It's unique. It's one of the things about baseball that makes it different from other sports. Swing. This is a pitch outside and high. Rose went after. You know, basketball, you can make the court look different, but the dimensions are the same. Football, the dimensions are all the same. You can do lots of things with your stadium. But baseball is the only sport where you can just make things different. You can put the fence in different places, in different heights. His 0-2 swung on and missed by Rose. He's out. Brings up Abram Rage. Rage batting .233. He's a righty. 1 out, nobody on. 1-0. Go Hawks lead here at the top of the second. But yeah, you think about, Wrigley Field's got ivy on the back. So, the fences and there's brick there. That's different. Boston with the, of course, Green Monster. You had in Houston that pole that was in play. A little hill in the middle of center field. Strike called in the backdoor curveball to Rage. Tiger Stadium, I thought was so unique. But you can do those things in baseball. It's so unique. Ground ball chopped over the shortstop, backhanded by Schmidt. Long throw, not in time. The throw not good, but it is a single for Rage because that was it into the hole. Give him a hit on that one. That brings up Jacob Lord now with a runner on. He bats 151. Rage going to be courtesy run for. That is Jude Landers at first base now. So Jude Landers running at first. Jacob Lord up to bat. Third baseman Blunt playing in on the grass is the bunt is a possibility for sure. Landers with a decent lead against the left-hander. And Joslin, the left-hander, will keep him close at first. Slow curveball finds the tip-top outside corner of the zone. Don't mind Jacob Lord not swinging at that one. That's the pitcher's pitch. By the way, right about now, Waverly Shark softball in a doubleheader, hosting Decorah. If you're near it, go there, listen, watch it. It'll be fun. If you want to listen to that, it's on Y99.3. And it's the 50th anniversary of Title IX. We'll be celebrating that. And the girls' softball game is a fitting place to do it. And Richard Nixon signed that into law in 1972. Pitch thrown home, misses inside. Lord, 1-1 now. Our game brought to you in part by Dale Howard Auto Center, Wooden Foot Saloon, CUSB Bank, Dirty Dog American Bar and Grill, Waverly Family Dentistry, and Waverly Utilities. Joslin sets right at the numbers. Looks home, looks at first, looks home, swing and a miss by Lord. 1-2 now. Got to put it in play for Jacob Lord. Find a way to put it in play. The third baseman backs off after that second strike since the bunt is very unlikely now. Does Landers go at first, the courtesy runner? Don't think so. Pitches inside, good fight again, but now he's going to go. We'll go to second as the ball went right in front of me. It was a little wild. Now a 2-2 count with a runner at second. Last time to go, Hawks got a guy to second. Well, they pushed him across. They got another guy to second, I should say. It was Dewey. Got to second after the E7, but they couldn't push him across. So they pushed the first man they saw at second over. Big Keelan. You get people on, get them in, get them on, get them in. That's the secret sauce. 2-2 count to Jacob Lord. In a lot of ways you can move the runner, even if you get out. You just got to put it in play. Ball popped up on the infield. That's not going to do it. Right back to the pitcher who catches it. That's one of the few ways you can't move somebody. Aiden Holford up to bat. Holford is sophomore, batting .222. He's a lefty. 2 outs, runner at second. Go Hawks lead 1-0 here in the top of the second inning. Decent group of Go Hawks fans making a drive here. A very long drive, a half-hour drive. Sitting in their own chairs or in the bleachers. Joslin, lefty versus lefty matchup. Throws a fastball just a little high to Aiden Holford. Didn't miss by much. Pretty good pitch by Joslin. Good eye by Holford not to chase that. And the wind's blowing in from right center. Just push everything down. I think the outfielders have scooched in here with Holford up to bat. Pitch finds the inside portion of the plate. 1-1 now to Holford, who did not offer. Some room down the left field line. And when I've seen Holford swing, he's more of a push hitter. I think he looks best and probably more frequently pushes the ball. that pulls the ball. So maybe that's just because he's a sophomore and not getting around on everything. Good try, 2-1. But I wouldn't play that far off the left field line if I was Colton Crooks. And if Hofer were to drop something in the grass over there, Jude Landers, the courtesy runner at second, would undoubtedly score. Counts 2-1. Pitch hits the outside corner. Great pitch by Johnson. That was a beautiful pitch. Counts even 2-2. And it's a battle for Hofer, the 9-hitter in the Go Hawks lineup. One swing in the back. Up the Go Hawks. Hit Pater. A lot of room on the left side of the infield as well as the shortstop holding the runner at second. Pitcher spins and looks, and now the shortstop not holding the runner, and there's no throw. Just a little spin and look. A doubleheader here tonight. This is game one. Go Hawks with a chance to score in the second inning. They've already got one run on the board. Johnson sets, throws outside. Count full to Aiden Hofer. Carson Graven is on deck for the Go Hawks. It's a battle. Always love the full count pitches here. Pitcher can't make a mistake. Batter can't make a mistake. Perfection needed by both of them. There it is. Ball hit on the left side of the infield. Gets through that hole I was talking about on the ground with the shortstop covering. Good job by Hofer. I mean, you got to think of him as a righty instead of a lefty. You cannot ship out of left field into left center. You cannot have your shortstop hold. I think just the way Hofer bats, I would play him like he's a righty. And again, it worked out perfectly because the runner at second was being held on by the shortstop. It left room on the dirt on that side. Now Carson Graven up to bat with 2 outs in the inning. He reached a batted ball. It was an error over at second base. Runners at the corners. Hofer with a decent lead being held on by Jackson Daniels. Third ball spins in for a called strike one. Carson Graven can help himself out, help his team out with a good at-bat here. And runners at the corners. Johnson sets, runner takes off. The ball, they do not throw down to second, they just throw right back to the pitcher, so runners at second and third. And a 1-1 count to Carson Graven. A single would score 2. Carson Graven, the righty. The one hitter in the Go Hawk lineup, and for good reason. Catcher sets up outside. Good pitch to swing at, and he swings and misses. 1-2. 1-2 the count. Charles City's a strike away from getting out of trouble. The Go Hawks are a swing away from making all sorts of trouble for the Comets here in Charles City. Going from the windup with runners at second and third. Catcher sets up on the inside. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Tipped, being caught by the catcher, and that will end the inning. The Go Hawks can't score. They strand 2. They lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the second on the K-Way Sports Network.
To Charles City, they will stand their 5, 6, 7 hitters to the plate. O'Brien, Peters, and Chambers.
Again, we will go to the bottom of the second inning. After this, you're listening to the K-Way Sports Network.
Life is complicated enough. Why not simplify it? Hi, I'm Andrew Kaler with the Denver Insurance Agency. Our multi-policy discounts offer great ways to get lower rates for each policy, and it's a perfect way to make sure our customers get our best deals. Call today. Let's talk savings when we bundle your farm, home, and auto insurance. We're Denver Insurance Agency, your local Grinnell Mutual Insurance provider. Call today, 984-6151. We're committed to making sure our customers get our best deals.
Show your hometown pride and give back to area booster clubs by ordering a MyPick school mascot debit card from Fidelity Bank and Trust. Visit bankfidelity.bank to get yours today. Each quarter, we'll donate to the school's booster club, totaling $5 per card ordered. Don't see your school card? Contact us to learn how to get added. Fidelity Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
1-0. Waverly Shark leads Charles City as we go to the bottom of the second inning. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters are due for the Charles City Comets as 8th grader, designated hitter Malachi O'Brien, batting .317. He's a righty. Doesn't look like an 8th grader to me. Boy, he's a well-put-together kid. He'll be facing Carson Graven.
Charles City designated hitter number 4, Malachi O'Brien.
Malachi O'Brien bats for the right fielder, Caden Boozman. Baseball, softball, the only two sports you can play as an 8th grader in high school. In Iowa, that is. First pitch, strike one. Called. Abram Rage doing the splits back behind the home plate as the catcher. Sticks that right leg out. Sticks the knee down. Next pitch is a strike. Boy, put that in the category of things I would not get up from. Just being in that position, it'd be over, man. I've got no flexibility. These catchers are great athletes. Next pitch, hit on the ground, shortstop side, fielded by Myers, thrown across, and there's one up, one down. That brings up Reed Peters, the junior, batting .267. Game brought to you in part by Denver Insurance Agency, Jerry Rolling Motors, American Family Insurance, Christie Youth Agency, Inc., Johnson Financial Services, Dale Service, and Folkers Financial Solutions. 1-0 Go Hawks lead here in the bottom of the second inning. 1 out, nobody on for Charles City as the 6th hitter up to bat. Fastball outside corner, just missed. Ooh, did not miss by much. That's a good pitch by Graven. He just missed it outside. It's a good job by Peters not to swing it back. Next pitch, further outside, 2-0. By the way, one of the cutest things up in the Charles City stands is a dog and her puppy here. And kind of surprised the dog and the puppy not getting mobbed by everyone. Popped out of play. First base side. Charles City sits in the first base dugout. Go Hawks in the third base dugout. The bullpens are in the dugout. So if you enter the dugout, you get across the bullpen. So it's kind of like going across the road. Look both ways. Hold your daddy's hand because, yeah, you're in the line of fire when you go into that dugout. Fastball outside corner, masterfully done. Strike 2. 2-2 the count with 1 out and nobody on. I'm telling you, that puppy up there with that dog. Can't believe there's not like 1,000 people around them looking at him. Pitch high, full count. I'll tell you what my wife would be doing right now. She'd be over there in an instant, holding on to her heart like she's having heartburn. Count is full. Here's the wind, the kick, the delivery. Got it. Oh, it fouled off. Oh, boy, just fouled off. He swung, just caught a piece of it. Count remains full. Reed Peters, the Bee Gees swing there, staying alive. Graven has struck out 3 already in the game. Pitch high, ball 4. Boy, that little foul off by Peters kept him alive and got him to first. It brings up Zach Chambers.
Now down to Charles City. Center fielder, number 20, Zach Chambers.
Chambers, the junior, batting .235. He's a righty. People with umbrellas here, not because there's a chance of rain, but just to shield themselves from this summer sun. Runner up first with his weight back to the bag. Pitch down the middle, swung on and foul tipped. Caught. 0-1. 1 out. Runner at first. Double play is in order. Lance Myers over short. Already made a play in this inning. He'd love to get another ball his way. Ball fouled away toward the school. It's on the first base side. Out of play. 0-2. Graven's gotten ahead a couple times and then managed to throw some balls and get counts full. He's got to get a finish in the mentality here, that Mortal Kombat, just finish him. That's what he's got to do here. The runner at first is scared. Got his weight back. Curveball. Got him looking. Ring him up, sir. Beautiful delivery. And that's that finish him approach. Carson Graven needed. Now don't dink around. Find a strike him out pitch. That brings up Landon Luff, the catcher, batting .294. He's a right-handed senior. Does not wear batting gloves. 2 outs, runner at first. Go Hawks lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Fastball hit into center field. Hopert going back, now going in, and he makes the grab. First step was back, that's smart, and he came in as the wind pushed it in and got the out. A walk, but no harm done. 1-0 Go Hawks lead after 2 innings of baseball has been played on the K-Way Sports Network.
Insurance is a contract to protect what you value most, whether it's your auto, home, business, health, or even your life. When it comes to protecting all your assets, give People's Insurance Agency a call. People's Insurance Agency's main office has been located in Waverly for 8 years. It is your family-owned, local, independent agency of neighbors helping neighbors in the surrounding area for the past 35 years. If you're looking for a quote with competitive rates or just have an insurance question, visit People's Insurance Agency in Waverly or call 352-6327 to talk with one of their friendly, knowledgeable insurance specialists. People's Insurance Agency. They strive for excellence in all they do.
Every field is the perfect field to plant Wiffles hybrids and Merchman seeds from Jeff Wright Seed Company in Waverly. So if you're looking for resilient crops and high yields, look no further than Jeff Wright Seed Company with Merchman seeds and Wiffles hybrids.
1-0 Waverly Shark leads as we go to the top of the third. By the way, over on Y99.3, Waverly Shark get Decorah scoreless after 1 inning. Taylor Nitz has that call for you. The 2-3-4 hitters due up for Waverly Shellrock here in this third inning. The Hawks need to sweep here tonight and then sweep Crestwood, their next conference doubleheader, to win the conference without any help needed. They have a 1-game lead in the league. For some reason, if you're looking on quick stats, it won't show that. I don't know why, but it's like the second game of the doubleheader didn't get loaded into the conference standings on the Bound app or quick stats or whatever you want to call it now. Old habits die hard, I guess. But yeah, on Bound, it does not show that, but it is certainly the Go Hawks with a 1-game lead over the Vikings. In case you're wondering. If you want to double check my work, look, and you'll see there's an odd number of games in the conference standings for Waverly Shark and Decorah. And there's double headers for every team, so you can't have that. Curveball drops in there for strike 1 to Dylan Stockdale. Stockdale threw out to right his first time up. Did a good job putting it into play. First 2 pitches of the game were put into play. Carson Graven got on with an error, and then Stockdale flew out. Stockdale takes a strike. And he's only struck out 5 times all year, so you know he's battling. You got to take it personally. You don't want to strike out. You take that personally as a batter, and you'll have lots of success. Next pitch, inside, 1-2. You got to think of it as a fight between you and the pitcher, and he may get you out, but he's not going to strike you out. And the best high school batters have that mentality. Can't go all or nothing like they do in the big leagues. You've got to find ways to make the fielders field it. Outside pitch, hit on the ground, gets by the shortstop. There he goes again. Dylan Stockdale gets aboard, a good 2-strike hitter. That brings up Chance Key for Waverly Shellrock. Chance Key, a kid that again, last year had all sorts of success here.
Right fielder, number 25, Chance Key.
I asked Coach P.J. Hermson about him because Chance Key's been not bad, but mortal lately.
Chance Key's a guy who's not hitting over 400 like he's used to, and I know he wants to get up to that, but does coming back here help him out? Because one of the best games he's ever played was here. I mean, does that kind of help to get back to familiar locations when you've had success in the past?
You know, Chance kind of went through a little few-game stretch there where I wouldn't say he was struggling by any means, but he just wasn't putting his normal swing on the ball very well. And, you know, these last few games, I think he's kind of got back to the basics and keeping things simple and what works for him. And so the results have shown, whether it's getting a base hit or, you know, the other night, He was the top of the 7th against the Corps. He had that line drive right back to the pitcher. And so, again, some of those are going to get caught, but at the same time, when you're putting a good swing on the ball, we'll take it every time.
First pitch to Chansky's a ball. Runner at first base, nobody out. I told BJ after we talked about that, I said I would love to have his slump. A Chansky's slump would be a career best for me. Oh, and he gets hit there. Hit by pitch. Runners at first and second. As Chansky sheds the shield right after getting hit. He gets on. Corbin Dewey up to bat. Dewey reached on an error by the left fielder. He hit it a long ways, hit it hard. The left fielder, Brooks, dropped it. Nobody out yet. Runners at first and second. Here in the top of the third where the Go Hawks lead 1-0. Dewey and another one of those big bats for Coach B.J. Hermson. Joslin sets. The southpaw throws home low. Counts 1-0. Been a fun rivalry through the years in all sports with Waverly Shark and Charles City. I feel like every conference team kind of feels a rivalry with Waverly Shark. They want to knock them down, but this one has been special through the years consistently. Geography-wise, they're pretty close, too. That helps. Pitch low. 2-0. Of course, the Hawks been voted out of the Northeast Iowa Conference. Next year will be the last year, maybe. The longer this goes, the more likely I think it will be the Department of Education will just tell Waverly Shark they have to stay in the Northeast Iowa Conference, despite what the conference asks. Pitch high. Because nobody's asked to join the conference. 5 teams that are invited. None of them have said they wanted it. And so I think the longer this goes, the more that's going to have to be it, because the longer it goes, the harder it's going to be to disrupt everything. So it's been a weird one. I don't know what's going to happen, but right now, if you were to ask me to guess what will happen, I think that's what's going to be. Pitch is a strike. Dewey thought he had walked. He tossed his bat and everything. He's going to have to go retrieve that. Nolan Foster gets it. I just think the longer this goes, the more the state may just say 1 more year, 2 more years in the conference, then we'll move you around, because there's other schools that are growing and shrinking. But either a lot of dominoes fall or the Go Hawks stay. I think are the most likely decisions. Pitch inside corner called strike, full count. And I said this back in March. Coach Greg Bodensen, our athletic director, said it on the air yesterday with me. Just get rid of conferences and do districts like football. I know it's a traditionalist, wouldn't like that. This count runs full. Dewey waiting for the pitch. Ball popped out of play. But why not? I mean, you've got so much change going. There's communities in the rural areas that are shrinking. They're getting smaller. And then these suburbs are growing like wildfire in some places in central Iowa. And the corridor between Cedar Rapids and Iowa City just growing like crazy. And so how about every 2 years we reevaluate this? I think it would be more fair. You could do non-district games that would keep those rivalries alive. The district nights would probably be set, so the non-district dates would be open for everybody on the same times. Down ball over to third base. Fumbled. A race to the bag. Was he safe? He's safe. An error. Bases loaded. So the ball was hit over to third base. Caden Blunt had trouble picking it up, but then all he had to do was beat Dylan Stockdale in a foot race to third. However, Dylan Stockdale playing the flash tonight, beats him there, and everybody's safe, and everybody's aboard, and Nolan Foster's up to bat. He struck out swinging his last time. He's got a chance for a grand salami if he were to hit it well. But yeah, again, back to that district idea. I think that, Minnesota does that. I like it. Just move to districts in every sport, just like you do in football. Remember, football used to be conferences. We changed. Now, it's so long ago that it changed that you would think it's weird to do conferences. Pitch inside, 1-0. Now, part of the reason football is so accepted because the safety issue. You collided into guys that are bigger than you. It's a safety issue, but I would like to see it move that way. And it's not just because the Go Hawks have been voted out of the conference, but I just think it makes the most sense, don't you? Swing and a miss, strike one. That said, I mean, you'd miss these traditional matchups, but I still think you can get those in all the sports. Except for football, you can't always have those, but And every other sport, football's already doing districts. They just only have, the 9-10 games. The 1-1 popped up in the air, right side of the infield. Second baseman running after it, going out to foul territory. Drops it! Oh, another error. Reed Peters ran over Jackson Daniels' side, went into the grass, got there, but then just dropped the ball. The wind was pushing it foul and fouler. And Nolan Foster breathes a deep sigh of relief. So there's been a single, a hit by pitch, a reach on an error, and now an error that keeps Nolan Foster's that bat alive. Can he make the Charles City Comets really regret that error here? Here, Charles City, it's a frustrating feeling not to be able to get an out. Still nobody out, the base is loaded. Foster swings and misses at a high heater. That is strike 3 and out 1. It'll bring up Sam Rose, who struck out swinging his last time at the plate. Our game brought to you by Waverly Box and Talent, Chad Heim Excavating, Yoder Construction, Taco John's, and Waverly Shark Area United Way. By the way, we talked with United Way's Marquis Stevens this morning. They're doing Christmas in July. They're gathering hygiene products, many locations that you can drop that off at, including the Waverly Public Library. Rose takes a strike on the inner half, strike 1. Hygiene products not covered by VIC or by food stamps, so many people still need help with that. Toothpaste, deodorant, those types of things. Again, Waverly Shark Area United Way, Christmas in July. Almost to July. Days away. Ball popped up. Get out of play over my head. 0-2. Sam Rose behind the count, 0-2. He was a strikeout victim by Lincoln Joslin last time. The bases are loaded. Corner infield's playing in. Middle infield's playing double play depth. Go Hawks are up 1-0, but they could be up a lot more here in a hurry. Pitch is high to Rose, 1-2. 1-2 count to Sam Rose. Here's shots. Let's go, Sammy. To Sam Rose. That might doing his prime Sammy Sosa impersonation here and hit one over the fence. Just a hit of any kind, though, would be wonderful. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Now there's 2 outs. With the bases still loaded, Abram Rage up. Rage had a single last time he was at the plate. He takes off his shin guards. It's always a good feeling for a catcher to have to take off those shin guards when you're in the batting circle. So Abram Rage up to bat. See what he can do. Not a lot of gaps in the outfield in this short porched field. Got to find a way to get there. Again, 2 outs. Bases are loaded. The bases were loaded with nobody out. Now there's 2. Pitch high and tight. 1-0 to Rage. Top of the 3rd inning, 1-0 Waverly Shellrock. Bases full of Go Hawks, but they've not been able to bring anybody home yet. 1-0. Right? Ooh, just a bit off the plate. 2-0. Didn't miss by a lot. Just a little off. Okay, the bases got loaded with nobody out. Now there's 2 outs, same situation. Ball hit into left field. That one bounced off the ground, didn't it? No, it just got lost. Boy, it went weird off his bat. It was caught by the left field. For a moment, I thought it bounced. It just that clunk sound off the bat. The Rage flies out, and the bases were left loaded. And the bases got loaded with nobody out, and then were left loaded. The 9-1-2 batters from Charles City up after this. Go Hawks lead 1-0 on the K-Way Sports Network.
If you want the right car, if you want it simple, there's no pressure, we just here to please ya. Cherry Rolling Motors is right for you.
40 years of sales, 40 years of service, 40 years of commitment.
Hi, I'm Craig Gunderson, General Manager.
And I'm Caleb Admire, Sales Manager.
And we're here to celebrate 40 years of being in business.
We would like to thank our community, employees, and our loyal customers for the opportunity to serve all of your needs over the past 40 years.
Here at Jerry Rolling, we're proud to call Waverly home. Our success is a result of this great community standing with us over the past 40 years.
As we navigate the future, one thing is certain. We look forward to providing exceptional sales, service, and support to our community and customers alike. That is our commitment to you.
From all of us at Jerry Rolling, thank you.
Jerry Rolling Motors, right for you. Jerry Rolling Motors, right for you.
1-0, Waverly Shark leads. Frustrating inning for them, the top half of the third. They loaded the bases with nobody out, and then back-to-back strikeouts and a fly-out, and they get out of the inning with nothing. Now, Brendan Schmidt up to bat. The night hitter bats .415. Schmidt definitely a double leadoff sort of guy. Got .415 from the 9th spot with a home run. Unless that's your coach's philosophy. Breaking pitch, first pitch strike. So a strike down the middle from Carson Graven, who's been very good thus far. Graven going from the wind. High, 1-1. So Brennan Schmidt, the shortstop for the Charles City Comets. Graven on top of that tall mound here in Charles City. Fires one south of the knees, 2-1. The last Comet to get a first look at it in the third inning. It's always a good feeling to still be seeing new guys in the third. Pitch high, 3-1. 3-1. Graven's got to do a better job of getting ahead in counts. Graven fiddling with the ball on his hand. Now sets, fires. Ball fouled. First base side. Dewey gives a chase, but runs out of real estate. It's going to land in the bullpen behind Charles City's dugout. Counts full. Carson Graven has already struck one man out with a full count. That was Jackson Daniels back in the first. Carson Graven from the windup here with nobody aboard. Here's the delivery. Got him looking. Ring him up, sir. There's out number one. That's the fourth backwards K that Charles City's taken. That's got to be absolutely frustrating for Charles City. Not only to strike out, but to strike out with a bat still on your shoulders that many times. Colton Crooks up to bat. He struck out looking his last time up. One out, nobody on top. The bottom of the third, 1-0 Go Hawks lead here in Charles City in game one. Ball into right field. Chansky going back. Spun around. Got over his head. He didn't take a good angle to it. Goes all the way to the fence. And that's a stand-up double. Chansky takes the right angle. He could have gotten to that. He got spun around. He's not a natural outfielder to begin with, but he started off towards right center, and then he spun back toward the right field pole. Now, the wind's pushing it there, to be fair to Chansky. The wind is shoving it that direction, and the first hit of the game is a double for Charles City. Lincoln Joslin up to bat. He reached on a walk his last time up. Graven has to go from the stretch. He's set so low, below his belt even. All fouled. Out of play over the Go Hawk bleachers. 0-1 count. One out, nobody on. The lefty, Colton Crooks. Carson Graven will deliver the next offering. Inside. And while we have a moment, let's pause. 10 seconds for station identification.
You're listening to the K-Way Sports Network, K-Way Country, AM 1470, and the new FM 96.3.
1-1 count, one out, runner at second. Here's the pitch. Outside, gets by the catcher, Rage. The runner takes off to third, and it's a 2-1 count. And the tying run is 90 feet away for the Comets here in the bottom of inning number 3 of a 7-inning game. And the Go-Hawks need a sweep tonight to control their own destiny, or continue to control their own destiny in the conference. Charles City, a team, got a puncher's chance, certainly, and the Go-Hawks did not take advantage of a good situation in the top half of this inning. And so that's put them in this situation. They have the bases loaded with nobody out. Punt shown. It's down the first base side. Let it go foul. It does go foul. He touches it foul on what was a suicide squeeze. Almost a great bunt by Joslin, but it hooks foul. So now that bunt is not going to happen. If it does and it's bunted foul, he's out. 2-2 count, one out, nobody on. Lincoln Joslin up to bat. The pitcher's doing battle. A strikeout here would be humongous for Carson Graven, who's already struck out 5 Comets. Make it 6. There's a swing and a miss. And now 2 outs. Runners go up third base. Jackson Daniels up to bat. Daniels got caught looking his last time up on strikes.
Batting for Charles City, first baseman number 14, Jackson Daniels.
Jackson Daniels, another lefty. Very lefty-heavy lineup at the top half for Charles City. Daniels with an open stance. Swings, hits it up the middle. Fielded well by Lance Myers to throw to first. In time. Charles City threatens but does not score. 1 hit, none scored. 1-0 Go-Hawks lead as we go to the 4th inning on the K-Way Sports Network.
Honey, what are you eating? Get out of there. We don't eat dog food. If you've got kids and a dog, then that probably sounds familiar. But why are you feeding your dog something you're afraid your kids will also eat? Shop for your dog food at the Scoop Feed and Supply at the corner of Wagner Road and Airline Highway in Waterloo for the best food for your dogs from Victor, Exclusive, Signature, and From, and more. At the Scoop Feed and Supply, they're proud to carry the best food to keep your dog healthy and happy for many years to come. So if you're serious about your dog's health and well-being, get their food from the experts at the Scoop Feed and Supply in Waterloo today. The Scoop Feed and Supply. They feed everything but humans.
Hi, this is Adam with Folkert's Financial Strategies. Life is busy with kids, activities, work, and that much-needed vacation. Who has time to think about retirement and life insurance? Well, we do at Folkert's Financial Strategies, and we'll worry about your insurance coverage and your retirement plan so you can get back to living your busy life. Come see us here at 410 West Bremer Avenue, Folkert's Financial Strategies.
1-0 Waverly Shark with the lead going into the 4th inning. Both teams had chances, good chances to score in the 3rd. Both teams came up empty as Lincoln Joslin continues to be the pitcher for Charles City. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters do it for Waverly Shellrock in this inning. Ryan Willis running over to the first base batter's box with a stopwatch in hand. His notes in his back pocket. With B.J. Hermsen over at the third base coach's box, and Jacob Lord, the right-handed hitter, striding to the plate. With the wind blowing in about 15 miles per hour here. Those wind turbines in the distance are spinning. See the Charles City water tower in the distance beyond right center. Lord popped up to the pitchers last time up. He takes ball 1 high. Hot day here, 90 degrees at first pitch. Next pitch low, 2-0 to Jacob Lord. The 2-0 count. Jacob Lord, who leads off the top half of the 4th inning. Pitch way outside. It was supposed to be a curve. Now goes to 3-0. 3-0 count. Jacob Lord will not be swinging here. I can bet my bottom dollar on that one, Annie. Here's the wind. And the fire goes right down the middle. 3-1. So now Lord will get a green light if it's good. He should swing. 3-1 count to Jacob Lord. The Hawks look for base runners. He had base runners. He didn't have run scorers last inning. High and tight, ball 4, and the leadoff man is on with a freebie. That brings up Aiden Hopeford, who shot one down the left side of the infield his last time up. It's a hot one here. I asked Coach Herbson how that affects his coaching, if at all.
It's a hot one here in game 1. Does that affect the way you coach?
Not a whole lot, you know. It was kind of hot the other night at Decorah too, and it's just one of those things that obviously having courtesy runners for the pitchers and catchers always helps. And so outside of that, you know, I think our guys are kind of used to it at this point.
Runner at first being held on. The third baseman playing way in on the grass. He's about 60 feet away. Swing not offered as it was a strike called. If Aiden Hopert does hit it at third, Caden Blunt might be in trouble. And he's that close now. He's just to the grass now, but he's been sneaking in. He's not in as far as he was. Foul away by Hopert, 0-2 now. The third baseman will get it a much more comfortable positioning now with 2 strikes. For those guys that play that far in, man, you got to have good reflexes. Because I don't know how you get anything to hit with any velocity your way when you play in that close. Lord with a tiny lead at first. Ball outside to Hopert, 1-2. Good eye by Aiden Hopert not to chase that. He's done really well in replacement of Ethan Hennings. It's nice to have a guy that can come in and contribute to your team. Pants, by the way, short. A lot of guys have their pants that go all the way down to the ankles, but they pull them up. Not Hopert. Hopert looks like he's wearing a pair of capris. That ball, the further down they go as he fouls one off. 1-2 the count. Showing those black stirrup socks with gold stripes. 2 skinny ones, 1 fat one. Waiting for the delivery. Low. Ball 2. 2-2 the count. Action in the Charles City bullpen. See who that is in the Charles City bullpen that's warming up. Looks to be Tina Tamayo. Just a first glance, I think that's the number I see. Check the runner at first. Lord got back without a throw. They did not throw to first. Aiden Hopert, the 9-hitter, up to bat. What you can get on as a 9-hitter, if the 8 and 9 guys can get on, the top of the order has got to score. Ball slapped. It's a swinging bunt foul. Slapped straight down. But if you can get the 8 and 9 guys on to start off an inning, the top of the order just has to. They know, okay, those guys do that for us. We got to do our job and get them home. The first, Hopert's got to get aboard. He's in a 2-2 count and a really good at-bat against Joslin, making Joslin work here on this 90-degree day. Ball fouled again by Hopert. Joslin's going to have to offer again. Aiden Hopert, the lefty, and just keeps poking things away he doesn't like. Outfield still playing way off the left field line. Playing him to pull. I just don't think he should. Love to see him push one into left. Pitch is high, count runs full. Boy, this is a great at-bat by Aiden Hopert. This is a top-notch at-bat by Aiden Hopert. Choked up just a little bit. Runner at first, nobody out. Top of the 4th, Go Hawks lead 1-0. Aiden Hopert being absolutely pesky. Now he calls timeout. Steps out. Got sick of waiting. Hopert's teammates telling him this is his game. He's got a hit already. We'd love for that to be the case. Throw to first, getting back standing is Lord. Ball gets by the first baseman. Lord's going to take off to second, and he'll get there. So Jacob Lord gets second on a bad pickoff move. He got first on a walk, so he just keeps getting the free ones, taking the handouts. Why not? They give it to you. Take it. Ball didn't get a whole lot by Jackson Daniels, the first baseman, but it was enough by for Lord to take off. Still a full count to Aiden Hofer. Lefty versus lefty. Waiting for the pitch. Still waiting. Here it comes. High pitch, and Hofer chased it. High and tight, he chased it, he struck out. But until that moment, Aiden Hofer was having a great at-bat. But that was a really high one. He had to have a hatchet in his hand to get that thing. It was right up by his eye. He just kind of looked like he just swung up at it that way. But you got to be inspired by the at-bat if you're a Go-Hawk. Carson Graven up the bat. He's 0 for 2. Reached on an error, struck out, and then his courtesy runner scored in the game. Hennings is the courtesy runner for him. Pitch outside, 1-0 to Carson Graven with one out and a runner at second in a one-run game. Graven waiting for that 1-0. Now setting his Joslin. Pitch hits him. He's on. He got hit right in the shin. Hopefully he's okay. That's got to sting. As a pitcher especially. Hennings is going to run for him. Oh, that's going to sting just a little bit. Good thing he's got a courtesy runner so he can go into the dugout right away. I wouldn't sit. I'd be walking around. Runners at first and second. Dylan Stockdale at bat. Stockdale's 1 for 2 with a flyout and a single. And there's a visit to the mound. I was talking to Coach about the batter's eye. It's different here with all the, the wind turbines and distance kind of up on the hill. Here's what Coach said. How's the batter's eye here? You're kind of up on a hill, you look down, you see the wind turbines in the back. It's just a different batter's eye, isn't it?
Yeah, I honestly didn't recognize that a whole lot when we got here. Did realize the wind's blowing in for about the third or fourth straight game, but, we're kind of used to that too. But again, good thing when you're a pitcher, and obviously we'll adjust things when we're hitting as well.
And it's going to be a Waverly Tire Company pitching change for Charles City. When you need your tires changed or even repaired, trust the people that treat you like family. Waverly Tire Company is so fast, they might just get you in and out before we come back from this Waverly Tire Company pitching change. 1-0 Go Hawks lead, but they're threatening to get more on the K-Way Sports Network.
Your wedding day will be beautiful and hectic. Sunrise Catering in Wheatland believes you shouldn't have to worry about the catering on your big day. Sunrise Catering will handle everything, whether you have a formal sit-down or buffet-style meal. From paper and linens to silverware and china, Sunrise Catering will get it done. Plus, the food is amazing. Call Bev for reservations, 279-4089. You'll have plenty to think about on your wedding day. Catering won't be one of them when you trust Sunrise Catering in Wheatland.
Hi, this is Tony Howard with Dale Howard Auto Center of Waverly, and we're happy to introduce ourselves as the newest Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealer in the Cedar Valley, located at the former Krieger Auto location. We've been family-owned and operated since 1975, and we're excited about the opportunity to serve Waverly and the greater Cedar Valley area. At Dale Howard Auto Center, we're committed to helping you get there, whether that means a new or pre-owned vehicle for your family or business, or having our service department help keep your current vehicle on the road. Let us help you get there at Dale Howard Auto Center in Waverly.
Top of the fourth inning, 1 out. 1 run already on the board for the Go Hawks today with runners at first and second. A Waverly Tire Company pitching change brings in right-handed junior Logan Carey, who's got a 1-2 record. Opponents bat .398 against him. His ERA is 7.64. He's facing Dylan Stockdale, who's 1 for 2 on the day. So after that Waverly Tire Company pitching change, see what the Go Hawks can do. First pitch to Stockdale, he shows bunt, pulls it back. Ball called as that was high. Stockdale gave that a long look at bunting. Be a good idea to bunt. The first baseman will have to charge. The second baseman will have to cover first. First baseman Jackson Daniels is about 50 feet away. Boy, he's so close. Terrifyingly close. Even closer. Now he's about 30 feet away. Pitch is high. 2-0. If Dylan Stockdale hits that, he's going to rip his head off. That is so close. I would want that John Olrud helmet over there if I'm going to get that close. I mean, if he bunts, great. But I wouldn't bunt. That swing. Nothing you hit could be caught by him. Nearly impossible. Pitch inside, 3-0. Now Stockdale's definitely not bunting on this count with runners at first and second. 3-0 count with 1 out, runners at first and second. Jackson Daniels continues to be close, but not as close as he was just a bit ago. Pitch outside, ball 4, bases loaded. Last time the Go Hawks loaded the bases, they did nothing with it. But now they've got Chance Key up to bat. Chance Key is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a hit by pitch. Last year, he hit 2 home runs here. Got a bushel full of RBIs and got the win on the mound. I think this is one of those places that brings a smile to his face. Grabs onto the bat without batting gloves tonight. Trying to make some sort of change. The wind's blowing in. Well, he hit a ball hard last night when the wind was blowing in. It would have gone out, I think, but it was caught in left field. Not last night, but 2 nights ago against Decorah at Decorah. Pitch eyes, you heard B.J. Hermson say, wind just keeps blowing in. Decorah leads Waverly Sharks softball 1-0 as Briar Dewey hit a solo home run, and then she had a diving catch to rob the Go Hawks of the scoring hit. So it's 1-0 Decorah over on Y99.3. Next pitch sinks below the zone 2-0 to Chance Key. Good matchup there, by the way, on Y99.3. The Hawks softball team feels like they're surging. Bases loaded, 1 out, and Chance Key. Fastball hits the outside corner from right-hander Logan Carey. I would not want to be Logan Carey right now. This is a tough spot for him against one of the premier hitters whose batting average is not as good as it probably should be. He's a mid-400 type batting average kid, I think, Chance Key, as he swings and foul tips at 2-2. He's just in a, again, not a slump, but just in a mortal phase of the season. Just like almost like a normal good player rather than a supernaturally good player. 2-2 count. 1 out, bases juiced. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, out 2. Corbin Dewey up. Are the Go Hawks going to leave the bases loaded again? Can't afford to do that. Dewey is 0 for 2, but he's reached on an error each time. Once by the left fielder, once by the third baseman. So Corbin Dewey with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Big man facing Logan Carey. Good pitch to hit. He fouls it away. 0-1. The Hawks lead just 1-0. I know they're the top dogs in the conference. But if you let Charles City hang around, they're too good. It's just too good to let them hang around like this. Foul back right at me. Go Hawks have out-hit Charles City 4-1, have gotten Charles City to commit a couple errors to get you on. They've loaded the bases. They just have not scored since the first inning. Very first batter of the inning, Carson Graven, was able to score. Since then, a lot of left on base guys. The 0-2 count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Here's the wind. The fire outside, fouled away by Dewey. Down the right field side, just a little bit foul. He was protecting the plate. Slapped it out there. This is a big at-bat. If Charles City gets out of this unscathed, but they feel really good. And if the Go Hawks get a big hit from Corbin Dewey, they'll feel really, really good. We'd love to put it over that orange monster, which is black, in left field. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. They did it again. Go Hawks loaded them and left them. 1-0. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Go Hawks lead, but they're frustrated on the K-Way Sports Network.
Good luck, Go Hawks. From Johnston Financial Services. Johnston Financial Services at 116 West Bremer Avenue in Waverly. Call them at 352-5938. Securities offered through First Heartland Capital Incorporated, member FINRA-SIPC. Johnston Financial Services, LLC, is not affiliated with First Heartland Capital Incorporated. When it comes to investing, start with Johnston Financial Services, LLC.
CUSB Bank, CUSB Bank,
Because CUSB Bank is excited to be part of the Waverly and Shell Rock communities. We're proud to serve the former Security Safe Bank customers and invite the community to check out our enhanced products and services while working with the same familiar faces. Stop in our Waverly and Shell Rock locations or online at CUSB.com. CUSB Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Go Hawks lead 1-0, but they've left 9 men on the bag so far in 4 innings of offense. Lucky for them, Carson Graven has been very good, only has given up 1 hit. He's going to be facing the 4, 5, and 6 hitters from Charles City. By the way, we'll take a look at the Northeast Iowa Conference standings in this the half inning. But you're playing with fire, Waverly Shell Rock. You are playing with fire. As Caden Blunt comes up, he was struck out last time.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth for Charles City, third baseman number 7, Caden Blunt.
Last outing, Carson Graven had a complete game with 11 strikeouts. He's already got 6 Ks. Fastball just a little high, 1-0. And Blunt's a 4-hitter, he can swing it. Really good batter. Chokes up just a hair on his bat. Curveball spins in, strike 1. That's a great pitch by Carson Graven. A really tight curve. Just snaps into the zone. Wind still blowing in. Foul ball straight down, 1-2. The Go Hawks been playing with fire. Luckily, they've got a guy throwing fire on the mound as well. Not a defensive game per se, but it looks like it on the board. Pitch low and away. It's certainly been a defensive game from the Go Hawks' perspective. They've been playing very good D. That 1 hit was a double, by the way, that Charles City got. Counts 2-2. Carson Graven looking for 7 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. He got it. Brings up Malachi O'Brien, the 8th grader, is the DH. Grounded out to shortstop his last time up. So Northeast Iowa Conference standings look like this. Waverly Sharks in first place with a 13-3 record in the league. Decorah is 12-4. New Hampton's 9-8. Charles City 7-9, Waukon 6-10, and then Crestwood's 1-15. By the way, after this doubleheader, the Go Hawks will play Crestwood at home in the final doubleheader for Northeast Iowa Conference baseball. The ball's fouled away by Malachi O'Brien. Every time I see the name Malachi, I'm reminded of a humorous story when I do a football game at the University of Dubuque where I was a color commentator. And his pitch is high. He's a big kid. He's a defensive tackle. Managed to get a loose ball and score a touchdown for the University of Dubuque against Warford Count. It's a bad game for Warford. 1-1 count, 1 out, nobody on. And, by the way, 1-2. And the play-by-play man, he's a good friend of mine, called him Malachi. And then during the timeout, I said, that's a funny way to pronounce that. It's just funny how some people will take that and just pronounce it differently. He said, why? How would you say it? I said, Malachi. And I said, you didn't ask? It's not, you didn't ask and someone didn't tell you there was Malachi. It's just weird. I said, dude, it's Malachi, man. Read your Bible every once in a while. I see Malachi. I think of that big guy that scored that touchdown. I'll never forget it. The 2-2. Pitch high and tight. Full count. Malachi, but Malachi. What's his name? And the play-by-play man who was with me that day had a red face. And he'll probably never forget how to pronounce Malachi. 1 out, nobody on, full count pitch. Here's the wind, the kick, the delivery. Flared into right field. Chansky with a long run, and now he's going to stop and make the grab. 2 up, 2 down. That brings up Reed Peters, who walked his last time up. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Waverly Shark leads 1-0. And Nip Tucker Bear. Both teams since the first inning have had chances to score. Gotten guys on every inning. Charles City gets stranded, man at second. Got one stuck at first, and then one stuck at third. In that order in the innings. We don't have a base runner yet. Pitch is low, 1-0, excuse me, as there's 2 outs, nobody on. Carson Graven still looking for his first perfect inning. Here's the pitch from the windup. Fastball stings the outside corner, strike 1. And 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 4th. Go Hawks up 1-0 as Carson Graven wheeling and dealing. This is high, 2-1. Ambulances in the distance. Sirens going here in Charles City. Field right next to the high school. Neighborhood beyond the left field fence. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Got the football field and softball field beyond center. Right field as the high school parking lot. The sirens sound awful close. 2-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on. Raven kicks, fires, got him! Big time bender that ran away from the bat of Peters. The 8th strikeout of the game, and Charles City goes down getting nothing. A perfect inning from Graven. 1-0 Go Hawks lead as we go to the 5th inning on the K-Way Sports Network.
Hi, this is Marquise Stevens with the United Way of Waverly and Shell Together we can help those in need right here in the Cedar Valley. We are currently collecting hygiene products for our Christmas in July program. To donate and volunteer, find us at WSRUnitedWay.org, and together we can live united.
Tonight is a great night for a 6-pack and a pound from your Waverly Taco John's. And don't forget the guacamole, sour cream, or nacho cheese for your potato olays from Taco John's in Waverly.
Hi, this is Tony Howard with Dale Howard Auto Center of Waverly, and we're happy to introduce ourselves as the newest Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealer in the Cedar Valley, located at the former Krieger Auto location. We've been family-owned and operated since 1975, and we're excited about the opportunity to serve Waverly and the greater Cedar Valley area. At Dale Howard Auto Center, we're committed to helping you get there, whether that means a new or pre-owned vehicle for your family or business, or having our service department help keep your current vehicle on the road. Let us help you get there at Dale Howard Auto Center in Waverly.
1-0 Waverly Shark leads. We're getting into crunch time here. The 5th inning. Well, the 5th batter in the Go Hawk lineup leading things off. That's Nolan Foster. Foster struck out twice in the game. He's facing Logan Carey, though, for the first time.
Leading off the top of the 5th for Waverly Shellrock, designated hitter number 33, Nolan Foster.
Nolan Foster, a freshman. Designated hitter hitting for shortstop Lance Myers. And facing Carey for the first time today, hoping for some better luck than he had against the left-hander. Fastball outside corner called strike. And for a freshman, I think left-handers are tough. Just because you don't see many until you get to this level. Just not a lot of lefties out there, at least good lefties. Next pitch, hit on the ground, just foul by the third base bag. It goes 0-2 to Foster, just snuck foul. Foster hit it pretty well, but he missed the chalk by less than a foot. Hawks could get that ball, by the way. Not a lot of room in foul territory in the corners as the fence goes right into the corner. Ball to Foster, left it alone. Good eye there. Foster does not have his name on the back of his gold jersey. All of the underclassmen that don't right away. It takes a while to get your jersey and get your spot on the varsity and enough confidence that you're going to be varsity level, get that name on the back. It's the only jersey that has the names on the back of the gold jerseys. The blacks and the whites don't have the Waverly Shark. Used to have that camo, the fatigue print ones. Those didn't have it either. The 2-2. Pitch outside. I gotta say, the fatigue uniforms, my least favorite Go Hawk uniforms through the years. Not that they were bad. Just not my favorite. Unique. But definitely not my favorite. The favorite are the pinstripe ones. Those are the greatest. Swing and a miss on a full count pitch. Foster goes down for the third time via K's. A lot of strikeouts for the Go Hawks.
Now batting for Waverly Shellrock, second baseman number 10, Sam Rose.
Go Hawks have been struck out 10 times. That's too many. Too many. Sam Rose at the bat. He's been struck out twice. Boss tried to put on that golden sombrero. Rose doesn't want to. Butt shown, foul. 0-1. That golden sombrero, an old expression for a 3-strikeout night. There's not actually a golden sombrero in the dugout, like a dunce cap or anything like that. But for those of you kind of new to baseball lingo, maybe I just wrecked your visual image. I'm painting this picture for you, and you got this cool hat in the dugout that nobody wants to wear. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 5th, go Hawks lead 1-0. Pitch low, 1-1 to Sam Rose. Waverly Shark left on 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, 3 in the fourth. I mean, just too many guys left on base. Too many strikeouts. Those are the 2 too manys for the Go Hawks. Pitch outside, 2-1. That's offensively. Now, defensively, they've been pretty good. One ball put into play in right field that kind of played tricks on Chansky due to the wind. But other than that, they've looked good defensively. But the offense, just not putting it all together. Pitch high. It's not like they've been horrible, though. Hitting Charles City, 4-1, getting guys in scoring position, but you got to string them together. Pitch inside corner called strike. Rose had flipped his bat ready to walk. Instead, the count is run full. So a full count, 1 out. Nobody on to Sam Rose here in the 5th inning for Waverly Shell Rock. Continues to play with fire, by the way, on Y99.3. Decorah leads Waverly Shark 2-0, middle to 6th. Payoff pitch. Swung on foul tip, caught by the catcher. Strikeout number 11 for the Go Hawks. Too many times. Say it again, just too many. Abram Rage up to bat. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out to left. Rage had that ball that was hitting the left field that almost sounded like it bounced. It just clunked. It was a weird, it must have got towards the handle, but it sounded odd off the bat. And it was caught by the left fielder. Swinging a foul tip. Sometimes you were a blind man or woman here at the game. You can tell so much of this game by the sounds. It's one of the things I love about baseball is that there's so many sounds to the game and smells of the game, from the dust and the hot dogs, the sounds of chatter and puds popping and bats pinging or not pinging. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now to Rage. Logan Carey looking to strike out the side. That sound behind me, the PA speakers are freaking out. Batter's looking back. The catcher looked back. The umpire looked back. Trying to figure out what to do. They're not going to stop play for it. It's just a little annoying. Pitch inside, hits off the handle, sprayed over the shortstop's head. He tried to catch it barehanded, did Schmidt. That would have been remarkable. Runner gets first, and he goes to second. As there was some disorder, Abram Rage with a single. That ball was in on the handle with a 2-strike count against him. He clumped it off the handle, just sprayed it over Schmidt's head. Schmidt couldn't get his glove to it, almost caught it with a bare hand. Again, that would have been moment, but it got him to the grass, and Rage just kept running. Brings up Jacob Lord, so the Go Hawks have a man at second with 2 outs. Jacob Lord is 0 for 1 with a pop-up to the pitcher and a walk so far. But one swing of the bat could get the Go Hawks a Folkers Financial Services insurance run, which they desperately need. Carey sets, throws, inside, ball 1. Carey has those eyeglasses on, the eye black underneath that. Wears the pants all the way down to the spikes. Kicks around the dirt on that high mound. Not quite grab your oxygen mask high, but higher than some other places. Pitch high inside, called strike. Borderline pitch that Lord had no business swinging at. 1-1 count. 2 outs, runner at second in the top of the 5th. It's a very competitive game. The Hawks looking for some breathing room for sure. Pitch outside corner called strike 2. So 1-2 now the count. Jude Landers running for Abram Rage at second base, by the way, as a courtesy runner, being held on by the second baseman, Peter. So a lot of ground on the right side of the infield available should Lord shoot it that way. Pitch sinks below the zone, 2-2. A 2-2 count. Jacob Lord with 2 outs. Go Hawks have left 9 guys on. They cannot leave another. They've got to find a way to score Landers from second. Jacob Lord has a lot of weight on his shoulders, that's for sure. High, inside, count runs full. So a full count. On this hot Thursday, the 23rd of June, under the cloudless sky. Logan Carey sets. Big pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Go Hawks strand another one. Score none. They lead 1-0 as it's time to stretch. We're going to the bottom of the 5th on the K-Way Sports Network.
Chadheim Excavating and Trucking is proud to support the Go Hawks. If you've got a job a little too big for your equipment, remember Chadheim Excavating and Trucking. They can't move heaven, but they can move earth.
Proud to support Waverly Shellrock High School athletic events is Waverly Box and Pallet. Good luck, Go Hawks, this season from Waverly Box and Pallet.
The Wooden Foot Saloon in Waverly is the place to watch the big game. Enjoy daily drink specials and unique snacks that will be the perfect pairing for watching the big game or just partying with friends. You can also join the Mug Club and get discounted drinks every time you visit. They also have darts, pool, and other fun bar games so you can have your own competition at halftime. No matter who you root for, stop into the Wooden Foot Saloon in Waverly, where every game is a party.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Go Hawks still lead just 1-0. They got that one in the top of the 1st and have stranded 10 men since. They've struck out 12 times. Now that's the bad. The good is the Go Hawk defense has allowed only 1 hit, and Carson Graven has been exceptionally good, and they've got the 7, 8, 9 hitters due against him bottom of the 5th. Graven's issued 7 strikeouts in this game, by the way. So 19 strikeouts between these two teams in 4.5 innings. And leading things off will be Zach Chambers, who struck out looking last time up. So the pitchers dueling here in this ball game. The Go Hawks with that slim lead. They got to keep it slim here. Got to keep Charles City from taking advantage of the Go Hawks' inability to score runs. And the Go Hawks need this one. They lead the conference, and they control their own destiny. All the way, but they only lead the conference by a game. Count is 0-1. Young boy with the cast on his left arm, sprinting after that thing. Hope he didn't get that cast from falling out of the bleachers sprinting after a baseball, because that kid was booking it. Go one outside, 1-1. Always love seeing the kids run after baseballs. You know, the more these little ones learn to love this game, fall in love with it, the better the programs are for everybody and the better the sport is. Oh, it hit him. Nearly got him in the head. Hit him in the shoulder. Zach Chambers bailing out of there, and he got hit. That was a scary one for him. So a runner is aboard. That brings up Logan Luke. Charles City Comics dugout. He says, way to take one for the team. I don't think he was taking that. That thing was a heat-seeking missile right at him. Landon luffed up the bat. He flew out to center field last time up. So the tying run is on at first base with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Matt Ray with you here on K-Way Country, AM 1470, FM 96.3. Game 1 of a doubleheader. Pitch spiked to the ground, blocked by the catcher to throw to second. In time, he got him. Rage blocks a bad pitch, guns it. It goes shortstop side of the bag, but Lance Myers is able to sweep the tag anyway and get the runner out on his way to second. So now there's nobody on and one out and a 1-0 count to Landon Love. Good job by Abram Rage. That's the 5th man he's thrown out stealing this season. Curveball bites the outside corner on its way out of the zone. Good job. 1-1 the count. That'll make Go Hawk fans a little more comfortable. The delivery. Popped up. Out of play over my head. 1-2 the count. There's that boy again running after baseball. The hustle from him. 1-2 the count. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 5th inning. Charles City, the home team, obviously batting in the bottom halves of the inning. Here's the line. Kick. Delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 is dropped. They got to throw to first. They get him. The 8th strikeout of the game for Carson Graven. That brings up Brendan Schmidt, who was a strikeout victim looking last time up. So there's nobody on and 2 outs. Go Hawks leading 1-0.
Brendan Schmidt.
Brendan Schmidt is the shortstop for the Charles City Comets. He bats .415. Writes something in the dirt now with his bat and now gets in. Don't know what he wrote there. There's some emotional connection there as they pitch the top of the zone. Friendly call for the umpire. Gives Carson Graven the lead in the count 0-1. Graven's feeling good right now. After Rage picked off the man on his way to second, you've got to feel good as you pitch outside 1-1. As a pitcher, you got to feel like, all right, I'm getting a little help. My buddies are supporting me. Now let me do my part. That's the mentality of a good pitcher. And Graven is a good pitcher. Pitch down the middle, swung on and missed is a fastball. Too hot to handle for Brendan Schmidt. Line, kick, delivery, outside. And Graven struck out 11 his last complete game. Chance Key the other night at Decorah struck out 14 guys himself. Graven looking for that 9th strikeout. And there's a ball hitting the right field. It will bounce. Chance Key throws to first. He got him! A 9-3 putouts. You don't see that more than once every couple years as an announcer, and I just watched him do it. Chance Key had a sharply hit ball to him, and he came up throwing to steal a hit from Charles City. That's a fun play. 1-0 Go Hawks lead as we go to the 6th inning on the K-Way Sports Network.
When you need a new roof, call Yoder Construction of Northeast Iowa, your choice for roofing in the Cedar Valley.
Every field is the perfect field to plant Wiffles hybrids and Merchman seeds from Jeff Wright Seed Company in Waverly. So if you're looking for resilient crops and high yields, look no further than Jeff Wright Seed Company with Merchman seeds and Wiffles hybrids.
Show your hometown pride and give back to area booster clubs by ordering a MyPick school mascot debit card from Fidelity Bank and Trust. Visit bankfidelity.bank to get yours today. Each quarter, we'll donate to the school's booster club, totaling $5 per card ordered. Don't see your school card? Contact us to learn how to get added. Fidelity Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Nothing. Go Hawks lead as we start the top of the 6th inning. What a defensive inning for the Go Hawks. Man caught stealing, a strikeout in a 9-3. Yeah, the right fielder threw out the batter at first base. That is so cool. It doesn't happen often. Aiden Holford up to bat. Holford is 1 for 2 with a single, a strikeout. Had a really good at-bat, though, in that strikeout last at-bat. He's facing Logan Carey as the 9-hitter to lead off the 6th. Pitch outside, ball 1. Can the Go Hawks take that little defensive momentum and carry it in to the offensive side? See the bats come alive. And again, they got 5 hits. That's plenty to score at least 2-3 runs. But they're stuck at 1 because they've been stuck on the base paths. A ball to Aiden Holford. 2-0 count to left-hander Aiden Holford. The Go Hawks are due for a big offensive inning, don't you think? The 2-0. Outside, 3-0. Coach B.J. Hermson kicking around the grass. In a short sleeve t-shirt with a hoodie option on the back. Got a cool look. Ball hit on the ground, second base side. Fielded by Peters. The throw to first is in time. 1 up, 1 down. We'll bring up Carson Graven. Graven is 0 for 2. He reached on an error. And his courtesy runner scored. He also struck out and was hit by a pitch. So 1 out, nobody on, top of the 6th inning for WSR.
Carson Graven.
Graven having a really good night on the mound. See if he can turn that into a good night with the bat in his hands. A lot of room down the left field line, by the way. As the left fielder, Crooks continues to shade towards left center. Ball hit on the ground. Peters backhands it at second base, throws to first, and there's back-to-back 4 threes in your book. Nobody on, 2 outs. Dylan Stockdale up to bat. Stockdale's 1 for 2 with a fly out to right, a single and a walk. Hawk offense just has not done enough in this game.
Left fielder number 4, Dylan Stockdale.
The Hawks have not gone down in order, though, at all in this game. They've just been leaving men on. They've left 10 men on the base paths. That's been the Achilles heel here tonight. Ball fouled. Goes off the hand of the catcher just a little bit as he swings to the side. Saying that one smarts. Corbin Dewey, the on-deck hitter, goes in the hole hitter, I should say, goes and gets the ball. 0-1 count, 2 outs, nobody on for Dylan Stockdale. Go Hawk fans get antsy. Don't blame them. Hit on the ground, second base side, boy, Reed Peters makes all 3 outs that inning from second base. Go Hawks go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Go Hawks hanging on to a 1-0 lead here in Charles City on the K-Way Sports Network.
Rolling Forward Shell Rock is proud to support the Go Hawks. Hi, this is Greg Stockdale. Visit our championship team at Rolling Ford. Like the Go Hawks, the staff at Rolling Ford is dedicated, skilled, and will go above and beyond for you. Whether you're looking for a newer used vehicle or servicing your vehicle, trust the championship team at Rolling Ford. Good luck, Go Hawks, from all of us at Rolling Ford in Shell Rock.
Nothing can be as important as keeping your home properly heated this winter. And if your LP gas fan is Dillaboo Oil, you're assured that running out of LP will never be a proud look. Dillaboo Oil is there when you need them 24 hours a day for all your LP and fuel oil needs. Call the professionals at Dillaboo Oil at 319-352-3437 or stop in and visit with them at 600 West Bremer Avenue, Waverly. For home heating fuels, it's Dillaboo Oil in Waverly.
1-0 Waverly Shell Rock leads. The same score we've had since the first inning. We're now in the 6th inning, and this is perhaps the biggest test of the night for the Go Hawk defense. It's the top of the order due, exactly what Charles City wants to begin this inning. Carson Graven still on the mound for the Go Hawks. I think if the Go Hawks can find a way to get out of this defensive inning, they've got a good shot of winning this baseball game, but only a 1-run lead. A lot of questions still out there. Colton Crooks is 1 for 2. He's got the only hit for Charles City in this game. He struck out looking and then hit a double. Curveball swung on and missed. It was a high pitch and he went after it. 0-1. Snapping breaking ball. 0-1 count again. Graven's got to be great. Curveball spins in there, strike 2. Eight strikeouts so far for Carson Graven. He's looking for number 9 here. Oh, he'd be looking for number 10. Pardon me. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The throw to first. Got him. On the drop, third strike. The 10th strikeout of the game, a biggie for Graven. Boy, he and Chance Key have been so dominant as far as strikeouts their last couple of outings. Been remarkable. Again, he had 11 last time to Graven. Key then had 14. Now he's got 10 already. Jocelyn up to bat. He's had a walk and a strikeout in this game and hits one up the middle. That is the second hit of the game for Charles City as that one stroked into center. The tying runs at first base in the 6th inning. Jackson Daniels up to bat. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out.
Now batting for Charles City, first baseman.
Middle of the 7th inning in Waverly. The Cora leads 4-1 in the softball game. Parsons was in the circle, gave up a couple. The Hawks will have to score a few to keep the game alive, or maybe walk off with a win over there. Ball popped up and out of play by Jackson Daniels. Not to be confused with Jack Daniels. Jackson, X-J-A-X-O-N. See a lot of kids about this age that have kind of had that spelling become popular. Pretty cool, I think. Runner at first being held on, 1 out. Pitch outside, 1-1. The Go Hawks have just a 1-run lead after the top of the 6th inning. Charles City's the home team. And in the bottom of the 6th inning, they've got the tying run at first. All cued over to shortstop. Lance Myers fields it. There's no play. It's just cued over there. It stayed on the grass. There's back-to-back hits, although that one is a feeble hit. And the go-ahead runs at first. The tying runs at second. Caden Blunt up to bat. He struck out twice in this game. I think I can safely say this is Charles City's biggest at-bat thus far. This is a big at-bat with runners at first and second, 1 out. The double plays in order. The cleanup man's on, and his team's only down by 1 to the conference leaders. It's a big spot for Blunt. Curveball hit into left field. Stockdale comes throwing. The runner stays at third. So back-to-back one-baggers. The bases are loaded with Malachi O'Brien, this 8th grader up there. He's the designated hitter. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out to right. Ground out to short, fly out to right. 1 out in the inning. Lots of ways to get to. Every place is a force.
Malachi O'Brien.
Coach Malcolm Newell coming out to the mound. The pitching coach for Waverly Shark has to talk here, and he's not talking about, hey, Graven not good enough. No, definitely not that. It's okay. Home and then 1. Let's think about that. Cut the runner off. If you can roll 2, do it. But other than that, if you get a ball in the infield, look at home. Give home a chance. Talking about ways you can get to jam some guys. Now, if Carson Graven were to get his 11th strikeout of the game right here, it would change the defensive strategy completely. Malachi O'Brien, a 5-hitter, but he's just an 8th grader. Can't tell that by looking at him, but he's a well-put-together kid. He's a right-hander. A 1-0 Go Hawk led game. Go Hawks have fooled around a lot, and Charles City is here trying to make them pay for it. But Carson Graven and company can still get out of the sticky mess that they've got themselves into here. High pitch fouled back. I flinched, I'll admit it. They're right back at me. 0-1 the count. I told you coming into this half of the inning, this is the biggest spot of the game for the Go Hawks. If they can get out of this inning unscathed, they got a great chance to win. The bases are loaded with 1 out. Next pitch, left alone up above the strike zone, 1-1. 1-1 count. Nerve-wracking for sure for both communities here. Both groups of fans are pretty nervous about this at-bat. Imagine how the 8th grader feels. Curveball runs away from the bat of O'Brien. Strike 2 as he was swinging. Great job. Now, first base is occupied, so if it is a drop third strike, you do not have to throw to first. You got to remember that, because if you throw to first, runner from third may come home. You don't have to throw to first. That may be one of the things Coach Newell was talking about with the infield. Here's the 1-2 count. The pitch. Fouled away toward the school. 1-2 stays the count. A monster pitch coming up again. 1-2 with bases loaded. The Go Hawks with just a 1-0 lead, needing to sweep their way through the rest of this conference schedule to guarantee a conference championship. Foul ball straight back to me. Stays 1-2. 1-2 the count to Malachi O'Brien. The longer an at-bat goes, the more the advantage goes to the hitter. How do you change his eye level if you're Carson Graven? Maybe one of the things you're thinking of. Graven from the stretch. Exhales. Throws. Ball spoiled by O'Brien. Foul ball. Just spoiled it. On deck, hitter Reed Peters will go and fetch that ball. He goes back slowly. The batter's circle gives more time for everybody to think about this big spot. Bases loaded, 1 out, 1-2 count to the 5-hitter O'Brien. The pitch. Got him! Strikeout, number 11. Out number 2 allows the defense to relax and just get an out wherever they can. Every bag and the plate as a force. Reed Peters up to bat. He's 0 for 1. He's walked and struck out. Now, obviously, Carson Graven cannot afford to walk him or hit him. But things have gotten a lot easier now that there's 2 outs. Charles City may be the one left with the bases loaded. High and away, ball 1 to Reed Peters, the second baseman who made all 3 outs in the top half of this inning. As he plays second base, every ball went his way. He's got to feel very involved in this ball game, and he's very involved right now. He's right in the thick of it. Fastball fouled away, 1-1. Going to get over towards the school. 1-1 count. Again, Go Hawks lead just 1-0. If you're just joining us, the Go Hawks got that 1 run in the top half of the first, and they've been stuck at that ever since. They've struck out 12 times. They've struck out Charles City 11 times. The Go Hawks have left 10 stranded. Go Hawks trying to strand 3 Comets, though, right now. Curveball right back to the pitcher. Will tag the runner, and the Go Hawks get out unscathed. What a play by the Go Hawks to get out of that unscathed. They keep that 1-run lead as we go to the 7th inning. Oofta is the word. You're listening to the K-Way Sports Network.
Mom, I don't feel good. My throat hurts.
I think I caught the bug going around the office.
Hi, honey, Jess rolled her ankle at her game. I think we need to go to the walk-in clinic to get it checked out. I'll meet you there.
When you need care today, the walk-in clinic at Waverly Health Center is here for you. Get exceptional local care with on-site labs and x-ray from skilled and friendly healthcare providers without waiting for an appointment. Our experienced nurse practitioners and physician assistants are ready to help with those unforeseen sprains, strains, and sniffles. Located on 9th Street Southwest in Waverly, Iowa, the walk-in clinic is open when you need it, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointments are needed. You can even check in online at waverlyhealthcenter.org/check-in. Convenient, comprehensive, and the care you need close to home. The walk-in clinic at Waverly Health Center. Big city care, small town comfort.
You're listening to the K-Way Sports Network, K-Way Country, AM 1470, and the new FM 96.3.
1-0 Waverly Shorrock leads in the top of the 7th as the 3, 4, and 5 hitters are due for Waverly Shorrock. By the way, an update from Y99.3. The Cora wins 4-1. The Go Hawks got the tying run to the plate on a 3-2 count. High strike 3 was called, and that ended the game. So the Go Hawk softball team loses. The Go Hawk baseball team is up 1-0 with the heart of the order due against Logan Carey. Chance Key is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. He was also hit by a pitch. Pitch outside, a little sidearm delivery from Carey. 1-0 to Chance Key. The Go Hawks are playing with fire, but still winning. Inside pitch, 2-0. This is how you get upset, is playing with fire like this. So the Go Hawks need some Folkers Financial Services insurance runs. Help insure your family's future by calling Folkers Financial Services. Strike called on the inner half, generous call, 2-1. 2-1 count. Chance Key trying to be one of the Go Hawks that can be a hero for PJ and the boys. 2-1. Swing and a miss. That ball just dipped under the bat of Key. Got a little bite to it at the bottom. Just sinks a little bit. from Logan O'Brien. 305 down the line and left, 310 down the line and right, 340 to straightaway center with that tall 15-foot fence in right field called the Orange Monster, though it is black. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Key is strikeout victim number 13 for the Go Hawks. That is far too big of a number. It's two different pitchers as well. Corbin Dewey up to bat. He's 0 for 3. He's reached twice on an error, once to a fly and left, and on the ground at third, and then a strikeout has been how his night's gone in that order. 1 out, nobody on, 1-0 Go Hawks with the lead. Corbin Dewey waiting for it, pops it up. It's right towards me. It's going to get out of the stands. Look out! Oh, that woman right there did not see the ball. Goodness gracious, I thought that was going to land right on top of her head. Landed right at her feet. The only reason she looked comfortable is because she couldn't see it. It's hard to see the ball in a cloudless sky like this. Little girl in front of her, she moved. She saw it. Young eyes, that'll help. Whew, 1 out. None on. 0-1 count to Corbin Dewey. Almost gave a lump to a lady in the bleachers. That's strike 2. Sidearm delivery, 3/4, I guess, probably a better way to describe what Logan Carey's doing. 0-2 to Corbin Dewey, the Waverly Shell Rock cleanup man. The pitch. Way high, 1-2. It's a double-header here tonight. So after this game, we'll talk with Coach B.J. Hermson, give you the Waverly Box and College Box score, and then play a little news and get you ready for the next game. Ball flown high into left field. This one's hit a mile high. It's still going. It's going to be caught, though, in left field by Crooks. He went all the way to the fence. If the wind's not blowing in, that may be going out. But it got stuck in the wind, and that's out number 2. That's a good swing of the bat by Corbin Dewey. Good job by Crooks. Now, because in the first inning, Dewey did the same thing in a ball that I think would have gone out as well, and Crooks dropped the ball. So Dewey's had 2 really nice swings, but he's going to end up going 0 for unless this game goes to extras. Nolan Foster struck out 3 times. He's up to bat. Takes the ball outside. 2 outs, nobody on for the Go Hawks. In the top half of the 7th inning, just a 1-0 lead for Waverly Shell Rock. Go Hawks have seen some walk-off victories in this rivalry. In fact, one of my favorite moments is when Waverly Shell Rock had a walk-off victory at Charles City. Yeah, you heard that right. They had a road walk-off win as Charles City had to play at Waverly Shell Rock. And for games, just because of the weather, they ended up completing a doubleheader at Charles City, and Go Hawks were the home team at Sportsman's Park and walked off with victory. But that's really rare. But there's been some big moments. We're in one of those big moments in this rivalry. It's 1-2 as Foster fouls one away. Freshman DH has been struck out each time. He needs to avoid that. Give the Go Hawks a little breathing room. Ball hit into shallow center, and shortstop goes out to the grass and gets it. That's caught by Schmidt. Go Hawks go down in order. Go Hawks lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Charles City needs 1 to tie, 2 to walk off with victory. 1-0 Go Hawks with the lead. They're going right to the wire here on the K-Way Sports Network.
We are family.
Hey kids, can we give the singing a little break? It's a long way till we get to the hotel, and since we got our new quiet and comfortable riding tires from Waverly Tire Company, you don't need to sing so loud. And since Waverly Tire Company took the time to find out exactly how we use the car, we got a great set of tires that should last longer, and I even saved a little money so we can stay an extra day on vacation.
Yay!
I've got a feeling we're going to spend a little more time in the car this summer, so let's find something else to do instead of singing.
Are we there yet? Yeah, are we there yet?
Hold on. How does that go again?
We are family.
There's a Waverly Tire Company across from Dollar Tree on 4th Street South today to make sure you save money and get the best tires to keep your family safe this summer. Because at Waverly Tire Company,
we are family.
Hey, do you like pressure? Bottom bottom of the 7th inning, Go Hawks lead 1-0. Carson Graven looking for a complete game win. The 7, 8, 9 hitters up to bat for Charles City. You like that if you're the Go Hawks. But it's not going to be easy. If Charles City gets 1 run, we go to extras. If they get 2, they walk off with victory. If they get none, the Go Hawks win. That's the situation here, folks. Zach Chambers up to bat. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a hit by pitch. First pitch, ball, outside and low. Graven's been great with 11 strikeouts in this game, only allowed 2 hits. And he's been brilliant, but his team hasn't given him much support. Ball fouled away to the backstop, 1-2. Chain link backstop in again here. Lots of dirt back behind home plate. Dirt, grass, dirt. And the extra wide warning track for the catcher. And this thing's coming down to the wire. 1-1's swung on and missed. Beautiful breaker that ran away from the bat of Chambers as the righty was fooled by that ball. It took the escape route out of the zone. 1-2 the count, the wind, the kick, the delivery. High. 2-2. 2-2 the count. Graven, a man on a mission. He gets the ball, he marches right back to the rubber, and he wants to throw again. He likes this pressure, you can tell it. Here's the delivery. Got him swinging. Drop third, strike the throw to first. Got it. 12 strikeouts for Graven. 2 outs needed for the Go Hawks to get victory. Only 1 run needed to force extras, though. 2 to walk off with victory for Charles City. As Landon Love comes up, he's flown out to center and struck out in this game. In 1-0 Go Hawks lead. Bottom of the 7th inning. Carson Graven still on the mound, having himself a gem. Curveball spins into the inside corner, strike 1. And Graven started off this year injured, worked his way back. His last game was his first complete game where he had an 11 strikeout complete game. Trying to do it again. Spins away from the bat, strike 2. 0-2 count, 1 out, nobody on. Carson Graven wants to be your hero. And he's had a wonderful performance on the mound. He needs to continue that for 2 more batters. Landon Luff, the catcher, an 8-hitter up to bat with an 0-2 count. Here it comes. Fastball fouled back. Right back at Carson's mom. 0-2 the count. Trying to take a picture. Like standing next to the lion cage and they pounce at you. There's the 0-2. Oh, what a pitch. Curveball inside corner, strike 3 called. He's got a baker's dozen. A baker's dozen strikeouts for Carson Graven. Charles City's got Brennan Schmidt up to bat, who's a good hitter. If Schmidt doesn't get on, Charles City loses. That's the situation. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and he actually grounded out to the right fielder. Yeah, 9-3 put out. He hit the ball hard. There's a pitch outside 1-0 to Chance Key, who grounded it and threw him out at first. You won't see that often. Haven't seen that in a few years. 2 outs, nobody on. Pitch low, bounces, 2-0. And Charles City down to their final chance. There's been 2 up, 2 down. Carson Graven winds, kicks, fires, ball hit into right field. Shallow, Chance Keys squeezes it, the game's over. The Go Hawks hold on to win 1-0. The offense wasn't great, but Carson Graven was. A 13 strikeout, complete game shutout for Carson Graven and the Go Hawks. Win 1-0 in game number 1 and hold on to first place in the conference by themselves. This is a doubleheader. There'll be another game yet tonight. Stick around. We've got the Waverly Box and Pallet Box score coming up. Also a conversation with Coach B.J. Herbson in just a bit. 1-0 Go Hawks win in Game 1. We'll be back after this with the postgame show on the K-Way Sports Network.
Hi, this is Tamala Johnson, principal at St. Paul's Lutheran School in Waverly. I invite you to discover what academic, emotional, and spiritual growth opportunities St. Paul's can provide your children. If you're interested in school choice and giving your child a well-rounded educational opportunity in a Christian setting, please visit our website or call and ask about our educational and scholarship programs. St. Paul's Lutheran School in Waverly is an accredited institution where Christian faith and learning go hand in hand.
Attention do-it-yourselfers. Whether your to-do plans call for a quick fix-up or for a major project, stop first at Janesville Lumber. Janesville Lumber is everything you need, like tools, paint, and all the supplies to get you started. Best of all, their experts can help answer all your questions to make sure you have the right items. So before you roll up your sleeves and get to work, stop first at Janesville Lumber. Proud to support Janesville High School and community events. Janesville Lumber.
Imagine a world with slow internet, where your Netflix locks up, your podcasts won't play, and... Stop! That sounds unbearable. Luckily, you've got Butler Bremer Communications. In fact, we were just designated a smart rural community. This means we're a top-performing broadband provider, and with direct fiber connections and up to 200 meg download and upload speeds, you've got everything you need to work, play, and stream as much as you want online. Learn more at butler-bremer.com today.
Planting season is upon us, and Red Power in New Hampton is ready to provide your farm and family the service you deserve. Red Power is a family-owned Case IH dealer spanning across northern Iowa with 45 years of service. Red Power in New Hampton is ready to provide you with the best in advanced farming systems equipped in their new machinery for precision farming to allow you to control the entire farming cycle. Go to redpowerteam.com.